Can I start the show with made the beat and murdered it? Casey Anthony.
I think you already did.
Hell yeah, brother. Oh my God. Have you ever watched The Rock's show of like his bio show? Can I start the show with made of how he like got into wrestling and everything?
I don't know. Let's go to our screen. If we're on air, let's do it. I have a really funny thread to read you.
Okay. I'll just keep my thought to myself and do it. I was just asking if you've seen it because I was watching it recently through YouTube Shorts. Yeah, that's how I consume my media nowadays, is I watch shows via YouTube Shorts. And it's so funny because the dude who's playing his father is like 2 years older than the dude that's playing him.
I'm like fucking, I don't know how to tell you how fucking funny this is to me. Have you seen that person on Threads who's acting like she has, so it's XX Make America Emo Again XX. Have you seen this person already? She's also, I think, on TikTok. Going back and forth with? Kinda, yeah. And she acted like she might be interested in a debate, and now she's doing this, if you'll pay me, and someone named James, I don't know who the fuck it is. Maybe it's referring to her husband, who she told she'd have to get permission from to do the debate for her time. First of all, she posts all this shit about how rich and stuff she is all the time. I'm pretty sure this person actually like is a pathological liar. She's been fighting with, she got mad at my friend Bailey because Bailey was like making fun of her videos all the time and making like parody videos, and then started saying how she's going to send a cease and desist for stalking when there's nothing resembling stalking, literally nothing. Like there's zero case there. She's going to be sending a cease and desist for what is essentially free speech, actually is free speech, and how she's gone too far, and then in return is like literally posting doxing information about like all these things that she's claiming is putting her family in danger. She's actually gone like further and worse. Anyway, so here's the deal.
I love when they shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah. And by the way, this is a person no one takes seriously. MAGA likes having a woman that looks like a leftist because she's stealing the emo aesthetic, as far as we can tell, because she always heavily filters her videos. It's fucking insane. Like the amount of filtering going on her videos is, and I even told her when I invited her, hey, just so you know, we use Zoom. So Zoom is compatible with filters. I'm not going to deny you what is currently the gender affirming care you're using. Like you're still going to get your gender affirmation care. And Zoom has those in him if you want it. We don't use them, but you could. Here, maybe I should. Should I turn on a Zoom filter to make it just like you'll be covered. You'll be good. You'll be great.
It's just lightly evening out the skin, you know?
Yeah, whatever you need to do for your gender affirmation, baby girl. It's all good. Anyway, so she's like acting like she ever makes any good point. She's kind of like Professor Mike. She just says the most cliched. There's no depth to a single point she's made. And this is why I knew when the challenge for the debate went out, she'll complain about like how people don't want to debate and have conversations with her. Anyway, I was like, okay, here you go. Here's the thing. We can do it. Now she's like, if you pay me for the time. But now she's tagging me all the time, being like, hey, Tim Walz just pardoned a sexual predator. Why do you defend Tim Walz? Because this is one of those fucking absolutely redacted individuals who doesn't know I don't support Tim Walz. As far as, it's really funny because she's like, why do you support a predator? My first question back would be, hey, what did the victim of that predator say? Oh, is that why you asked me
the other day about the Lawrence Taylor thing?
Yeah. I thought about posting a screenshot of like, by the way, supporting predators, Donald Trump is your fucking guy. And he literally had Lawrence Taylor near children in the White House and has made him a part of his staff. This sexual predator. But anyway, none of that stuff. This is one of those people who's just like, oh, I'm talking to somebody who I don't know the difference between a leftist and a liberal, so I'm just going to assign to him all liberal points. When it comes to child predators, I shouldn't be in charge of what happens to them because I think most people agree. It's just one of those blind spots where I know I can't engage as a humanist, as an actually like political good faith person. Because to tell you the truth, I don't really believe in the death penalty broadly. Like it doesn't make logical sense to have it. And yet were I in charge, sexual predators, anybody who sexually predates on somebody underage, you know, I'd probably, if I was in charge, it's why I shouldn't be in charge. There would be no person to pardon because I maybe overcorrect for that problem coming from a very sexually abusive church. And things happening in my community growing up and shit like that. So anyway, So it's this person who's just like, oh, you're a leftist? I'll just assign you liberal values and then keep going. I demand you answer for this. But she's saying she's not going to waste her time on an actual debate until I pay her. You're trying to get me to waste my time on debating you in chats. You keep assuming what my positions on them are. So you got to pay me. And you don't know how apparently to monetize. Not only would you make money if you like posted clips and your thoughts and all that kind of stuff to your ridiculous right-wing audience, to your very silly right-wing audience. Not only would you be able to monetize it that way, you would get legitimization. Hey, this person actually put up and went up against. That's the only thing Professor Mike got out of his thing with Steve Hofstetter. Everybody now knows Professor Mike says, I think everybody needs to learn civics to be able to vote. And then turns out to not know the basics of civics. But he is a guy who showed up to a debate with Steve, but is now still dodging a debate with me and losing all of that cred.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. Like Steve asked us the other day, he's like, you think he's ever showing up? I was like, absolutely not.
Fuck no. Yeah.
There's nothing for him to gain anymore about showing up. But
now there is stuff to lose, and he's losing it.
I've been clipping the Steve's debate to watch on stream, but maybe we should do it for the podcast now that the podcast is. We're trying to switch up the podcast a little bit. Yeah, maybe it would be better suited for that instead. Like we react to it with Steve on the podcast.
Yeah, that could be fun. Yeah, the new podcast, I'm going to be posting something to the patrons so they kind of know what's happening and timing of the refresh of everything that's happening. But the podcast, new line cons and stuff, all that stuff relaunching this month. It's a whole thing. And the new approach to the podcast, I might even announce and talk to the patrons over at patreon.com/cultline. Okay, anyway. One of the things, people are like, why would they talk to your ass? Well, because my platform is way bigger than theirs, and it would legitimize them. Here is the
But also, I hate to be that person, but if you claim you want to do debate,
right,
you should talk to people that are offering you said debate.
She only wants to debate people like Bailey, I think, who is just a person who has no platform on the internet, not trying to be a public figure, just like kind of making funny videos, making fun of, not trying to do anything seriously. In fact, Bailey, for the most part, whenever her videos are popping off, are literally like, you guys should call and debate these people. These are the people who debate on my side. And it's usually pointed at us. So anyway, this Make America emo again on Threads. This is the funniest fucking cope of all time. This fucking makes me laugh. And reminds me to tell people, because I always forget, hey, do subscribe. Check if you're subscribed already. Do go ahead and subscribe. We've been like hovering in that 357,000 subscriber up and down mark for forever, because I always forget to tell people. Anyway, this was her right. This is what she posted on. This is the fucking funniest fucking thing she put. This is her cope trying to lessen my status versus hers. You've got 7,000 followers on here, kid. Always funny to be called a kid by somebody who's literally trying to dress like they're in high school and is probably also younger than me. You've got 7,000 followers on here.
Way older.
Right. With all those filters, who knows? Oh, you've got 7,000 followers on here, kid. I've got 17,000, and I check this app once a day. Guys, we're talking about Threads. Threads is what we're talking about. I have triple the Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok subs. Well, that's where her 17,000 comes from, because when you first set up Threads, it automatically makes your Instagram followers who have Threads your followers. Literally, like, gives away. So your 17,000 on here is not impressive at all. And my Instagram, which I completely neglect, only had, I think, 19,000 when I started. I don't use anything but YouTube regularly. The only thing I put effort into growing is YouTube.
I won't be talking to this caller unless they give an actual name, just FYI.
Oh, what's happening?
Go look at the auto screener.
Oh, fucking idiot. Okay. I have triple the Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok subs. So what's triple?
Why did you make 17,000 Valley Girl?
What is that? 17,000? Is that 51,000? She has 51,000 then. The triple, the fast fuck. If I made a YouTube tomorrow, which granted, I already have a private paid for Discord. Okay. Not only would it surpass yours, but it would do it a lot quicker. This fucking idiot.
Why does she need a private YouTube page for Discord? What?
That she's making money, that people are going, I don't know, maybe they're looking at her feet on Discord. I don't know what the fuck she's doing over there. She's trying to say she would instantly, because she has, I guess, 51,000. Is that what it is on TikTok? The fact is, I, with my 357,000 over here and 200,000 over on the line, I've never gone and looked because I don't look at TikTok. I was for sure this was going to be one of those right-wing maggot people who have like 1 million because it's easy. Like, you're talking down to somebody. You don't have 1 million subscribers on TikTok and you're talking down to somebody with 357,000. Anyway, I would do it a lot quicker. I don't need you to monetize my responses. I asked you to pay me for my time and admit you support a pedophile protector, but you won't do either. So my response was literally, do it. Go surpass me on YouTube. Prove it. Prove it. Go. I'm not sweating that at all. The fact is, I believed, I didn't bother looking with how loud she is and how much content she's making, that she must be doing like great on TikTok, but she's revealing with this. I gotta find it. Is this her? Oh my God, it is her. She doesn't even have 100,000 on TikTok. Followers on TikTok are way easier to get than YouTube. People rely on only their algorithm on YouTube. Holy fucking shit. It is too funny. It is. Yeah. So she has 95.
It's easy every time.
And YouTube, by the way, if a person could easily get YouTube monetization and subscription and following, and the thing that actually matters is watch time hours. We do anywhere between both platforms. We're easily clearing, or between all platforms, we're easily clearing on YouTube 1 million hours, not minutes, hours of watch time.
What is my watch time?
Every month, and that's the one that you're actually paid on. That's the one that says how much you're actually being consumed. This was like when Euro tried to talk down to me because he's like, I get 7 million views a month and you get 1 million. And we went and did the math, and his average view time was 15 seconds. It might have been less. It might have been 9. It was somewhere between 7 and 20 seconds. And our average view time was 30 minutes per person. So in other words, during these months he was doing well, was literally like streaming nonstop on vertical. So this is his average view. Okay, swipe. Okay, what's this guy? Bad voice. MAGA? Nope, too dumb. Swipe again. That was his average view. Whereas people are actually watching ours. So I love being talked down. It's very embarrassing
watching, maybe not embarrassing, it's not the right word, but it's very funny watching Euro with his 33 viewer chat right now.
Yeah, yeah. And his video where he would talk down about how well he's doing, and then he would post a dedicated clip and it would get 61 views total. And here's the thing, guys. Right now, when I'm talking like this, it sounds like I care. I actually don't. That's why I'm willing to offer. If a person is clearly putting the effort in to make content, I'll give Emo, I'll give Euro, I'll give Mike, I'll give them a chance to debate like a big boy. It's when they then think they can condescend that they are doing better or are better at this job, are better at distribution of content, are better at, not to mention all of the stuff we do differently. And so, I mean, their production values, all three of them are absolute dog shit. Abysmal. Somehow Mike's the worst of the bunch. Mike, wipe the Vaseline off your camera. I don't know if you're doing it to shine up the muscles for when you do but Jesus Christ, get a real fucking camera. I don't know. I don't know how it looks that bad all the time. Get a real drum. So anyway, it was just hilarious. Emo, Sam. I think Sam is her name. Sammy. Samalama Ding Dong. Play with the big kids. How old are you, by the way? Are you 20? What, you're trying to look like you're in high school with filters, but the filters are so heavy I doubt you're in high school. Again, no shame. I support people doing whatever gender affirmation care they need, and clearly you need those filters.
I support
to affirm your gender. Yeah, fucking enjoy it. I mean, that's what they're there for. All right, before we get started on these calls, if now you're going to condescend to somebody who you are pretending after talking about how rich you are. By the way, I've already said, if she'll come on, I will donate $200 to a no-kill dog shelter in Texas for her coming on. That's $100 an hour for a 2-hour debate. Done. Deal.
Does she like care about no-kill shelters or something?
No, I don't know. I assume everybody does. Right?
Oh, I just didn't know if that was like specific.
No, it's just an easy, non-controversial thing to do. Okay. If you'll come on, for each hour you're here, we're gonna plan for 2 hours. I'll give $100 to a no-kill dog shelter. Doesn't everybody like dogs?
Yeah, should I get a dog?
Besides Christy, no. Yes, always. The answer to me is always
everybody keeps telling me to get
a
cat, but I want a dog.
That's because they're simple-minded and they think that those are cat ears on your head.
What are they?
But I say they're dog ears.
Their dog ears is funny.
Yeah. Ha ha ha, Vince, you're so funny in chat. Hey, Vince, if only he had an entire channel to himself where often only he is debating and you could just leave this one and never be here. Eat my ass, it's ass flavored.
Luthien just told me to get a cat.
Cats are nice too. We have both. You know. But I like my dog more. All right, let me try this filter. I'm going to touch up the appearance.
You said more? That's crazy.
Yeah. Our cat's kind of a dick, honestly. Let me see. All right, what do you think of this filter? Here's it on low, and then I can turn it up. Oh, the smooth skin. The smooth skin.
I'm noticing no change.
Auto framing. I can have it. Well, that sucked. What do you mean you don't notice the change? You can't see it? Hang on. I'm going to turn it off. Okay, off. Look at my eyebrows. Look at the mole on my face. Now on.
Okay, now I see the change.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's not subtle. Portrait lighting. Let's try that. Oh, Sam-a-lama ding dong. I mean, we have this for you.
Sam-a-lama ding dong.
Oh, Sam-a-lama lam. Oh, and now I'm in space. Sam, you can be an emo in space.
Jimmy might be going through something right now, chat. He'll be back in a few minutes.
I think this is the exact filter she's always using. Isn't this the makeup she's trying to pull off?
That's crazy.
Oh gosh. Anyway, Sam-a-lama, Hamanama, dip. You're welcome to join.
I'm kicking ass and chain together. Just wanted to make sure everybody knows that.
Feel free to send if you want to send a super chat with a suggestion. We now have this added rotated debate menu on the screen. It's getting a little too in Jovan's face there, I'm noticing. But we have this debate menu on screen. It does cycle. We'll probably move it around. We could move me down and give it a little more space.
Make sure if you guys are requesting a debate, it's not something with like one argument that's there for the topic.
Yeah, for the record, super chat, and if it's good, we'll put it up. I'm not guaranteeing to put up every super chat. If it's good,
I will put the super chats up if you guys ask me to nicely. I'll do anything if you ask me nice enough.
Ooh, I can put a little queer thing here. Look at this rainbow fan around me. Woo-wee!
Oh, that's adorable.
That's me on an old TV. I am giving old man just learning about filters.
Yeah, but you know, I think we should reincorporate Snapchat filters more into our daily lives.
Hell yeah.
Snapchat has fun filters. Snapchat filters are fucking fun.
That's funny. I like this one. I could put it where my mic is so it looks like I keep going down to bite it. Actually, all right, you can pick the call that you want to do. Let's
just go through the list. I'm not picky.
Brad, it's your game, your move. If I start with you in charge, maybe less people will complain in the comments.
If you start with me in charge, aren't you in the host square?
That's not important. There's not a real host square. And by the way, I put you in the top square so the chat doesn't cover your face. The host square is more like people are tired of me, so I can get my face covered by chat more.
All right, George from Florida, who 100% lied about their pronouns, but that's fine, whatever. George from Florida, they, them pronouns, claims they're 21, probably 56. Claims that when they originally called and said it was George Floyd, that it was actually George Boyd, because famously, chat bots, when they're listening to you, mix up F's and B's famously.
Yeah, they're the
those
same
two
letter,
letters that sound so similar. George, what nonsense do you have for us today?
What nonsense? Yeah, my phone's at 1%, bro. I gotta talk quick.
You don't own a phone charger?
Plug it in.
Can you not afford that in the panhandle?
I'm in my shed, bro. I don't want to go inside.
You're in your what?
All right. My shed, bro. My man cave.
Man cave without man cave without a plug.
Well, why would you have a man cave if your pronouns are they them?
Oh, that was an accident. Anyway,
you can have a non-binary aviary.
That was not an accident.
What is even that, bro? What did you say? You said
I wasn't laughing at you. You're actually not funny. What kind of nonsense? I know you're a troll, but what are you here to talk to us about?
Donald Trump, man. That's what the stream's about.
Amazing. Amazing. What about Donald Trump?
His policies, you know. I mean, why don't you like Donald Trump?
Which policies of Trump's do you recommend that I go read?
I don't know, man. His policy with Israel, I don't know.
Which is what? What specifically is his Israel policy?
You know, sending $18 billion every year for weapons.
Amazing. What's the policy specifically? Like, what's the title of the policy? What should I look up?
I don't know, bro.
You don't know?
Bruh.
Hey, how do you trap an elephant, bro?
I'm sorry, hello?
Were you asking us how to sex your elephant?
George, hello? George, are you there?
George?
Hello, yeah. George.
1 second. You hear me now?
George.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Hello?
George, yeah, we lost you for a second there. George, what's up?
Oh, sorry, I was on speakerphone. I forgot she told me not to do that. How do you trap an elephant?
Hello?
I don't know. Things from 3 minutes ago are hard to remember.
What the hell keeps happening? George, hello?
George?
Y'all are trolling the hell out of me, bro.
George, are you there?
I know you can hear me, bro.
Bob?
I know you can hear me.
George.
Bob?
Hello? All right, can we put George, I guess, back in the queue until we get a hold of him?
Yeah, George, we're gonna throw you back on the queue, George. See if you can find where your charger is, and maybe if you plug in your charger, it'll work better.
Luthien, just FYI, Martain owes me $50 now, so.
Oh, we're up to 50?
Yeah, because he keeps wasting my time by trying to call it. So that's just adding to the waste my time tax that he wasted my time with previously.
Ask him if he's willing to send $100 super chat, because I'm gonna make some money off this badass move too. So when you're screening,
the waste my time taxes are great, dude.
Yeah. Well, you screen it, just say, hey, they've said you're gonna have to send $100 super chat to get on air. You just let them know that.
All right, Dylan, he, him from Indonesia. Dylan, he, him from Indonesia. Isn't that Forrest Bit? I don't know what IND is. Indiana?
Yeah, it's Indiana.
Dylan, he, him from Indiana, calling to tell us that Trump isn't a terrible president, that he did a good job on the Iran conflict, which I assume. Oh, you previously called him as Bill. So, Billin, should I call you Billin? What's your actual name?
Dylan.
Bill, I mean, so you didn't call us Bill on June 29th?
Dylan.
So you didn't call us Bill on June 29th?
Yeah, on June 29th, he called in as Bill.
So, Dylan, do you know that your son Bill uses your phone?
His dad, Bill.
This is Dill.
It's Dill? Like the pickle?
This is Dylan, yeah.
And who called on the 29th from your phone?
My dad's Dill. My dad's Bill.
Why are you guys using the same phone?
It's a home phone?
It's a home phone? It's a landline?
Low-key, that'd be
You've never heard of a landline?
I'm not 9.26, I haven't.
I've heard of cassette tapes, too. Are you calling in on one of those?
Dylan, how did Trump do a good job on the Iran conflict?
So after October 7th, I think a regional conflict was.
I don't know why we're talking about October 7th when we want to talk about Iran. That seems weird.
I think that a regional conflict was inevitable after October 7th.
What about 1958? Was a reasonable conflict like evident after 1958?
Oof, I have confirmed that you are lying about your phone number. It is in fact not a landline. You know, I can check that.
I'm not trying to take like a. So what I think, what reason why I'm bringing up October 7th isn't because of like this whole like. It's because the incentive structure of Benjamin Netanyahu is that he was looking for another war after October 7th, right? He's looking for another war after
Luthien,
October
Dylan
7th.
is spelled Dillon in this caller's case. I don't know if you just didn't ask him how to spell, but I now have confirmed the correct spelling. It's not a. By the way, Jovan, he did lie. It's not a landline. This is
obviously.
It is his T-Mobile cell phone, in fact.
So after October 7th, Benjamin Netanyahu
you're just not going to address that? You're not going to address that you're a liar?
Well, I called in to talk about why I don't think Trump's a terrible president.
Sure, but why?
I'm an anonymous person on the internet, Bubba. You're two people hosting an internet debate show.
Right. Why'd you lie about calling in as Bill, 66 years old, from a landline back on June 29th? I just want to know why you're lying about it and changing your identity and then lying about why.
I think you two are online grifters. I think that you've done this for years. Wow. You develop parasocial.
Wow. And is this why you lie?
Wait, hold on, real quick. What is a grifter? What is a grifter specifically?
I think the same way that like Rush Limbaugh and those on the conservative right develop followings.
Tell me what a grifter is. Can you do that? Not a grifter is
someone
like
that
this
attempts
person.
to develop an audience. Someone that attempts to develop an audience for the purpose purposes of monetizing it.
Okay, so
yes, you did develop an audience.
So hold on. So Steven Spielberg is a grifter?
Yeah, Game of Thrones, biggest grift in history.
Every author is a grifter.
So here's the difference.
I don't know why you're speaking. I don't know why you're interrupting me. I was speaking. Thanks. I don't know why you're interrupting me. I was speaking. Thanks. So Steven Spielberg's a grifter. Artists are all grifters. You said someone that develops an audience with hopes to monetize that audience. So every person in the entertainment industry, every person in the art industry, every business owner who needs an audience to substantiate their business, they are all grifters in your purview. Unless you'd like to walk back your definition of grifter and change it, Dylan.
Are you trying to make the world a better place?
Yes.
Are they trying to make the world a better place?
No, I hand delivered 100 toys to families this year. I'm sorry, I hand delivered toys to 100 families this year.
Or are they intentionally exploiting a terminally online audience?
When I'm speaking. I don't know why you're speaking when I'm speaking. Do you know where your place is? It's under my foot. So don't speak unless spoken to. Great. As I was saying, I definitely didn't hand deliver toys to 100 families for Christmas this year after my toy drive because I don't want to make the world a better place. You're right, Dylan. I totally just wish nothing but harm in the world. I didn't help with my chat raise $900
I appreciate that you feel the need to try and prove that.
I'm muting you. I don't know why you think this is your time to speak. I really wish ugly people would not speak unless they are spoken to. Keep your mouth shut. So no, I'm definitely not trying to make the world a better place. You're right. I'm just grifting. Yeah, the last time I raised money in my chat for myself, it was because I wanted to buy a bike. And I told people, hey guys, if you want to donate to me buying a bike, this is where you can do that at. So I told them, hey, this is what I want, and this is what you can do if you want to get it for me. And they said, great, thank you and some people chose not to, and some people did, because I was upfront about the use of the money. Now you, Dylan, sound very much like a slimy little piece of shit. Now I'll let you speak again, now that it will be your turn in a second, and I see you talking right now. I don't know if you know what a mute button does. Here, let me show you. Jimmy, give me a second. I'm going to show Dylan what he should do in a conversation. Count down from 5 for a second, Jimmy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now, Dylan, you see how I didn't interrupt Jimmy during that? Let's see if you can learn some impulse control for the remainder of the conversation. Now, you're going to hear a beep. That's going to be you unmuting, even though you haven't stopped talking once this whole time. Because I can see the green bubble moving.
I'm conflicted on whether or not to even give him any opportunity, because actually there's more lies that have come in. I've gone and reviewed our call. He called in with Promise and I.
From before?
Yeah, called in as Bill from Washington State while saying this was a landline. I've already confirmed it's a cell phone. Claimed to be 66 years old, now claiming to be 33. He tried to put on a voice, but he kept forgetting to do it to sound a little older, and then started the call by establishing that because he has age, he has wisdom. And so literally everything, not only is Dylan a liar, he lies to be able to present himself as an authority with, by the way, a very fallacious method of establishing that authority.
You know, Jimmy, I do want to know something, though. Between Jimmy and I, we've raised money for charity. We've helped families get holiday presents. We have done a whole lot of stuff. Yeah. What have you done for the world, Dylan? The only thing I want to hear when I bring you back is you tell me what you have specifically done to better the world and where I can find proof of that. That's what I want to hear. You're unmuted now, Dylan. All I want to hear is what you've done to better the world and where I can find proof of what you've done.
Well, I've served in my country.
Oh, so you haven't. Bye.
If you want, I'll send you.
That's funny.
The military?
So you haven't done anything to improve the world. Thanks for proving it. Get the fuck out of here.
People join the military to improve their own situation because they don't think they have as many options, or they fall for their cult-like recruitment techniques. People who still think that serving the military, being in the military is not serving your country, it's serving your country's rich people.
Well, I served in the military. No, you didn't.
I don't even care. What? Right. By the way, at this point, how would we take anything that he says as true? How would we believe any of it? Oh, he's calling back. I wonder which name and state combination he'll use this time and what age he'll be now. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. These fucking idiots. These fucking morons calling from his actual cell phone. By the way, can I look at how old he actually is? No, I can see where he lives, but not how old he is.
No, modded warfare is so true. And Chad said, I killed people for money. You're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks, bud. Thanks, Buckaroo. Let's see if he's got.
I also want to point out, I can be a grifter and still run charity things. If I were to come on the internet and I were to tell a bunch of people, guys, I need money for this charity, blah, 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 and then I take that money and spend it on myself, call me a grifter all day. But I'm open and honest. When I ask you guys to send me money for something, it's because I want to buy something. And I'm honest about what it is I want to buy. That ain't grifting. That's me wanting to buy stuff.
Let's see. I think I have found him. I think he actually did, quote unquote, serve the military and was deployed to Iraq.
Well, working in the galley?
I wouldn't even care. Are you sitting there and going like, and what we did in Iraq was a good thing? Fucking Christ. Oh, no, Afghanistan. He was there in Afghanistan. 9 months. Goodness sakes. What a silly guy. What a silly, silly guy. Let's find out if his dad's name is really Bill.
It makes you a sick capitalist. No, it really does. I'm such a disgusting capitalist.
I'm not going to be releasing any of this information publicly, for the record. Anything that's like truly doxing. Like right now, I can see the guy's full address, full phone number, things about his military record, all that kind of shit. Actually, I can even find what his actual landline phone number was. It was not hard. You've got to sign up for one of these things to get rid of all this background information off the internet. You have way too much on here, guy. Bro, I know where he works. Fucking weird, dude. Fucking weird. You gotta get this stuff fucking locked up. Also, he did lie about his age this time, but not by much. All right. Anyway, grifters are anybody who gather an audience for the purpose of making money.
Purpose.
So all TV shows, all everybody who it's not. And by the way, it's not even about most people who start YouTube are not dumb enough. I was a little bit this dumb to believe they'll succeed. The only reason I had a little bit of confidence when I started YouTube was I knew that I already had communication skills on par with a lot of atheist YouTubers, or better, to tell you the truth, and their production value before, like, guys, I'm not trying to be a dick. I've said this before. I'm just going to go straight in at the arrogance. Let me turn off all these filters. I forgot I left them on, some of them. The reason why atheist YouTube production values went up so much is because I joined it back in 2018, 2019. The production value across YouTube was fucking dog shit for all atheist creators. And so I knew I was going to do okay because of like, yeah, people want to consume this, even though it looks like it was fucking filmed on a frosted flake. Everything looked like fucking dog shit. Anyway. What are we doing?
I'm just glazing some donuts.
Hell yeah. I'll glaze myself. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Real quick. Somebody said, I disagree with Afghanistan and Iraq, but respect the men who serve. I don't respect them.
No.
I've actively talked to people who lived in Afghanistan and Iraq at the time. I will never respect anybody in the U.S. military that was over there. What I do is I pity a lot of them who were sold lies that they would be the saviors of their country only to become tools of like colonialism, imperialism, and genocide.
The it's a weird way to feel anyway, but I come from a military family and was going to join the military myself because I fell for a lot of that propaganda and was still probably more libertarian at that time, but was going to join the military myself and basically was medically disqualified. But my father was in the military. My grandfather was in World War II, paratrooper on D-Day. Like military glorification is my family's way of life. And even my dad, by the time he did it, would tell people, at least by the time I was seeing him do it, I don't know what he was like when he was younger, but would tell people to stop thanking him for his service and stuff, and that should be reserved for people that you know actually did something heroic and good and stuff. So even my dad, conservative though he was, thought this default reverence for the military was, and part of that was he ended up being an investigator. Basically, the OSI and the Air Force is their investigation branch. They police the people there. And literally when they would get bored, they just go grab a random person that they knew to be a bit like of an issue. And they'd kind of just vaguely imply that they know he had snuck off the base to have sex with somebody underage. And that would routinely lead to confessions. Like legitimately, a lot of these people at the base is just thinking that the different rules apply to them, that fucking you're not automatically a good person because you join the military. All the country considers you as expendable for the sake of maintaining the interest of billionaires.
Yeah, I want to make it known, like, there are tons of people in the military who like join and then notice my dash
they were in a cult
here. Well, yeah, notice that they were a tool for imperialism, and a lot of people who join the military and then go further left when they get out because they've just seen all the things that the U.S. military does. I gotta say, I can't believe we still allow the U.S. military to like actively use trauma methods to torture people during like basic training and shit. Just feels like when you watch even like real videos of people in basic training, I watch them and I'm like, bro, I don't care if you rank above me, talk to me like that again. I'm fucking going off.
Yeah, there is a weird thing where they're like, and these are the toughest, greatest people we have. And you're like, wow, they really, you really have to get broken down to zero leftover self-respect, which is funny because they pretend to value soldiers. And they're like, yeah, soldiers, they're the best. We love the soldiers. And literally but then they complain about what they mistake for collectivism. The type of cult-like collectivism they are always shitting on is what's actually happening in the military, not socialism, not communism. It is what's happening in the military and what's happening in their churches. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Yeah. I'm moving this around because it's bugging me. I didn't even tell Luthien I was jumping in there to fuck with her stuff, and it probably freaked her out at first. She's like, "Why is my computer breaking?"
I did.
Yeah.
Wizardry. Anyway, coming up next is Papo. Papo? Who's calling from Papo, who's calling from Puerto Rico to talk to us about God existing. Papo, he, him from Puerto Rico. You're on with Jovan and Jimmy. How are you doing today?
I think we're gonna need some.
How you doing? I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Sorry, I don't know what it got me. So
chilling out, relaxing, acting all good. Cool, shooting some b-ball outside of the school. How about you? We already did that, so I don't actually want to know how you're doing again.
Hide Jimmy's camera for me, please.
Okay. Then tell me what I'm gonna prove God's existence to you.
What did my camera possibly do to you?
It was the butchering of the Fresh Prince song.
When a couple of guys that were up to no good. I'm gonna start doing this with the fingers to make it worse. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. All right, fine. You're gonna prove it. You're providing a proof. We are gonna accept your proof in the form of a syllogism. What is premise 1?
Okay, my argument is I've created the simplest and strongest argument in history you've never heard before.
Great. What is premise 1?
Wait. If we have heard it before, you owe us $25.
Will you pay us $25 if we tell you if you've heard it before?
No, my argument is new and creative in history. There is no simpler and strongest one.
So if we tell you that actually we have heard it before, will you give us $25?
I don't think he's listening at all.
You might have heard the concepts, but not the argument itself.
Okay, great. We're going to take your argument in the form of a syllogism. What is premise 1?
Premise 1, the universe is contingent or dependent.
The universe is... No, let him keep going. The universe is dependent or contingent.
Is this Felix?
Is this Felix?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hi, bitch. Hey, Felix, what is premise 2?
Premise 2, therefore, a necessary being exists, and that necessary being or dependent or independent being is God. That's the argument.
Okay, wait. Premise 2 is what? Because you said therefore, which is usually conclusion. What is premise 2?
No, therefore it follows that a necessary or independent being exists because a dependent being or the universe is dependent. And therefore, that necessary being exists, and that is God. That's the argument.
If Felix doesn't get a goddamn ban after this, I'm going to fucking
premise 2. You just tried to give me premise 2 and premise 3, or premise 2 and the conclusion at the same time. Premise 1, the universe is dependent or contingent. Premise 2 is what?
Premise 2, and because the universe is dependent or contingent, it follows the conclusion that God exists and a necessary being or independent being exists.
Do you know what a syllogism is?
Yes, sir.
And you recognize that you did not just present a complete one?
No, sir.
What was premise 1?
I thought Felix was already banned.
Okay.
Have you been banned already?
I'm going to tell you again. I'm going to tell you again, and you
No, before you tell me again. Did we ban you already? Have we already spoken, and during that altercation, you were banned from calling back?
No, sir. No, I've never been banned.
Are you lying?
No, sir, I'm not lying.
Baby Jesus will know if you're lying. Will you promise on Jesus' name that you're not lying? Swear on Jesus' name, please.
Do you believe in Jesus?
No, but you do, so swear on his name.
Okay, then it's irrelevant because you don't believe in Jesus.
No, it doesn't matter because you believe in Jesus, and presumably that has a lot of weight to you. So go ahead.
Okay.
Just like if you wanted me to swear on something, you'd have me swear on something that I value, whether you do or not. Swear in the name of Jesus that you are not lying about whether or not you've been banned.
Okay, I believe in Jesus, but you don't believe in Jesus. So it's
great. Now swear in the name of Jesus that you aren't lying.
I'm not lying in the name of Jesus.
You swear on the name of Jesus that you're not lying about being banned.
In the name of Jesus, I tell you that I'm not lying.
About
what you say that I'm lying.
I feel like he's very purposely not giving the exact wordings. You know
drunk.
what I'm saying?
He called him drunk.
Oh, are you drunk right now, Felix?
His P1 is the universe's contingent, but won't tell me what it's contingent on. We did this for like 20 minutes, and I wanted to end it.
All right, I'm going to give you an actual syllogism. You ready?
Yes.
You're trying to say, premise one, if the universe is contingent, then there must be a necessary being that explains the existence of contingent reality. Premise two, the universe is contingent. Therefore, conclusion, there exists a necessary being. That is how you would have presented your syllogism correctly, as at least a syllogism that is valid. However, it is not sound.
Someone go back and clip me realizing it was Felix and send it to me, please. It was very funny.
So what happened with you and Felix before?
Dude, we spent 20 fucking minutes of him not being able to understand how bad his P1 is.
Right, I just fixed your P1 though. Are you good with mine? Is there anything wrong with the one that I gave you, Felix?
No, that's my argument. The one you did is my argument.
Okay,
that's correct.
The one I did, and you're going to probably have to go back and watch this and write it down to make sure that in the future when people ask you for a syllogism, you give a valid syllogism. Okay, great. Your syllogism is not sound, therefore you are wrong.
Okay, why is not sound? Which premise is not true?
Because we have not demonstrated that the universe is contingent.
Okay.
By the way, your original syllogism also included God. Necessary being does not necessitate God either. So you would actually need another syllogism that presents that your necessary being, as you're presenting it, is also God. But your premise two. Your premise one is fine. If the universe is contingent, then there must exist a necessary being that explains the existence of contingent reality. A necessary, I don't know, being already is kind of but a necessary something. Being is probably not something I would agree to, but a necessary something. If the universe is contingent, that one's fine enough. But the universe isn't contingent.
Will be fine with you.
We haven't found any. We have no reason to believe that the universe is contingent.
A necessary reality will be used good for you instead of being?
No, I would just go with something.
Oh, you understood it. I didn't know what language that
was. Something must be real by definition.
Hey, have you been drinking today, Felix?
Yeah.
No, I don't drink, sir.
Will you swear on the name of Jesus Christ that you don't ever drink alcohol?
I never drink alcohol, sir.
He's got
will you swear on the name of Jesus Christ that you never drink alcohol?
In the name of Jesus, I don't drink alcohol, sir.
Do you do drugs?
No, sir.
Will you swear on the name of Jesus you don't do drugs?
In the name of Jesus, I don't do drugs, sir.
Okay, so this is just you. How old are you, Felix?
56.
Do you believe that Puerto Rico should be a part of the United States?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe it should be its own state?
Yes, sir, a state.
Why do you support Donald Trump and MAGA when they are anti-statehood for Puerto Rico?
But this is not my argument, sir. I'm asking.
I know. I already told you your argument is unsound. Your argument's unsound, and I'm bored of it. You cannot. It is impossible. It is impossible for you to demonstrate that the universe is contingent, and if it is contingent, that contingency would be on a being, and if it is on a being, that being would be God. So you can't do the being would be God. You can't do that the contingency would be a being, and you can't prove contingency. So
I will show you. I will show you all of that if you give me a chance. I have
Okay,
evidence.
what is your proof that the universe is contingent, preferably in a valid syllogism?
Because you are contingent. I only need one contingent being to prove God's existence, not the whole universe.
No, that's not true. Nope, not true at all.
Why is not true?
Because the property of one thing does not apply to all other things. So proving that I am contingent, my existence is contingent on my parents having sex, does not mean that a rock's existence is contingent on its parents having sex. That is fallacious. One thing does not absorb the property of another thing.
No, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I only need one contingent being to prove God. I'm not saying the whole needs. I need the whole to prove God. That's your
which contingent being, which contingency applying to a being demonstrates God?
Your contingency, sir.
My contingency of existence does not depend on God. My contingency of being is dependent on my parents having sex.
No, your parents only explain the horizontal contingency, not the vertical.
I have no reason to believe in a vertical contingency.
Sir,
also, for all I know, they had sex standing up, so that's also dumb.
Sir, your parents hold you in existence, sustain your existence after they created you, sir?
That's actually contingent on a few things. My continued existence is contingent on my own decisions, as well as the cooperation of billions, actually trillions, I believe it is, quadrillions even, of organisms that make me up, that keep me alive, that eat my food and digest it and turn it into, I am not just a person, but also a biome. I am, the contingency of my continued existence is dependent on those living beings, including myself, myself as the thinking agent.
And at the end of the day, it's just the end of the day.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
You ever notice how much Felix sounds like Billy? But with like
and those are dependent beings also.
On their parents having sex, yes. On the replication, those beings are dependent on the replication of some being prior to them, some via sex, some via asexual replication, some sort of molecule replication. And as far as we can tell, all living things, since the first living thing, needed a self-replicating molecule or being of itself as far back until abiogenesis.
No, sir, that's correct. That's incorrect. You cannot hold yourself into being or hold yourself into existence. You cannot do that. And what you said, the other beings that hold you into existence, they are
everything you're saying is wrong.
Too.
Everything you just said are wrong.
Show me. Okay, show me they are not.
Okay, here, it's in my hands. I'm showing it to you. Here you go. Here you go. Here it is. Here you go. I showed it to you.
What did you show?
What do you ask for?
No, those are dependent beings, sirs.
I already acknowledged that they're dependent beings. They do not require a dependency on the existence of a supernatural hoe.
Yes, sir, they do, because they are dependent, and a dependent being by necessity means that it depends on a necessary being by the definition.
Correct. And all of those necessary beings that existed prior were also naturally existing individuals. The first self-replicating molecule was dependent not on a being, but chemistry. The first self-replicating molecule was a product of chemistry. You can say no, sir, but you saying no, sir, has not disproven evolution, has not disproven the diversity of life, has not disproven biology. Poppy, Pepepo, you haven't done shit here, and you've shown nothing. Okay, show me.
Okay. Those are dependent beings, just like your parents are dependent beings. And your parents gave you life, but your parents cannot sustain your life.
All dependent on natural occurring beings. Yep.
But your parents cannot sustain your life, if they are dependent. They cannot do it because they are dependent.
Yes, they can. Yep, they definitely can, and they did until I gained independence. Yep, they can and did.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying sustaining. Your parents don't sustain you.
They did for a while.
They do not.
At any point when they were feeding me, at any point when they were providing me shelter, at any point when they were keeping me from being killed, they in fact did sustain me.
No, your existence, sir, your being, your existence. Your parents did not sustain never your existence, sir.
They did.
No, sir. Prove it. Prove it.
How would I prove it to you? How would I prove to you that my parents used to feed me? That my parents used to shelter me?
Your parents right now are sustaining you in existence while you are talking to me right now?
No, I never said right now. You said never, and I said nope, they used to until I gained independence. Now I am sustained by my independence. I am sustained by my partner. I am sustained by the many millions of organisms that live within my biome. I am sustained by a whole lot.
No, sir. I'm talking about right now. What is sustaining you in existence right now? Are your parents sustaining you in existence right now?
Food, energy, electricity.
Those are dependent, sir. Those are dependent realities.
What is energy dependent on?
On a necessary being.
No. What is energy dependent on?
On a necessary being, energy is dependent.
Energy can't be created or destroyed, so how would it be dependent on a necessary being?
Energy
can energy be created?
Or destroyed.
Can energy be created?
It was created.
Wait a second, Pepo. What is the first law of thermodynamics?
That was created, that law, after
what
the Big Bang.
What is the first law of thermodynamics?
That was created before the Big Bang.
What is the first law of thermodynamics? What is the law? Not when was it created, not how. What is the first law of thermodynamics?
That something has, the first law is energy cannot be created nor destroyed.
And what is that law called?
The first law of thermodynamics.
It's called the law of the conservation of energy. What can happen to energy? It can't be created or destroyed. What can it do?
What can it do?
What can energy do if it can't be created or destroyed?
What can it do if it cannot be destroyed or created?
Yes.
It does what it does. I don't know.
Change forms is the answer. The number of things you don't know about the topics you're trying to invoke would fill all the libraries. Anyway, Pepo, no, you have failed. Your arguments are unsound. You've sit here and go, you'll show me. You've shown me nothing. You're using this word dependent. You don't actually know what that word means. You're using this word sustain. Please define the word sustain.
Sustain means that your life, existence, and being is held in existence by something not dependent, because you are dependent.
Then I reject your definition of sustain, because your sustain is essentially a poor restating of your terrible syllogism, and you're basically trying to use circular reasoning. Then if your one case use of the word sustain includes the conclusion and second premise, or first premise and conclusion of your syllogism, then you're basically saying my syllogism is correct because insert word, and that word is just retelling the syllogism. It's literally circular reasoning wrapped up in an equivocation fallacy. Pepo, at this point, I think you are too stupid to continue on with, and at a certain point, it looks like I'm beating up a 12-year-old. So you have a good day, and may the universe have mercy on your dumb, dumb mind.
Okay, thank you.
I wrote my last will and testament during that call. I'm going to read it now.
Okay.
Here sits the last will and testament of Jovan Bradley, streamer, debater, and all-around cool guy. It's Jimmy's fault. The end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone play We Are Jovan Bradley and please carry the flame for me.
Yeah.
I hate talking to Felix so much. Can we ban Felix, please?
By the way, Make America Emo Again is saying they'd break TOS. It's so powerful until you break TOS. The cope is so strong. It's the strongest cope. Just admit you are terrified of actual debate. Like, that's it. I'm going to write that. Just admit you're terrified of actual debate, and live fact checking will absolutely humiliate you, period. Even if I offered to pay you, you would then suddenly come up with a dollar amount that is obviously ridiculous. I've already offered to donate $200 to a dog shelter. I've already offered to donate $200 to a dog shelter if you will join for the debate, period. Put up or shut up, comma, please choose shut up and do it forever. And send. Like, fucking Christ. Jesus. Anyway, y'all are missing what's going down on whatchamacallit. Not the Bible, Jason. Felix cooked Jimmy. I got cooked, guys. Felix, who can't figure out a syllogism, who I had to reform his syllogism for him to have something to argue with. I got cooked, guys. I got fucking cooked.
No, also, I think I got cooked in that call.
I don't care for people trying to be creative and silly. Like, Luthien would have asked Cameron, who's waiting on hold, whether or not they are a theist, an atheist, or a political thing, and they went with evolutionist. No one asked you whether you accept evolution, and people who do accept evolution don't generally accept the phrase evolutionist because it's trying to equivocate ideology with an acceptance of a scientific position, of a scientific theory. It's trying to sound like a religious label, so I find that to be dumb. Anyway, are you wanting to talk to Dylan from...
That's the same guy, Jimmy.
Oklahoma this time? Oh, it was Oklahoma. Independent from Oklahoma. I know, I'm asking, do you want to talk to him again?
No.
I think you told him to call back when such and such. I don't remember what it was.
Chat, what did I say to Dylan before I hung up? I don't remember.
Not the Bible, Jason. Could you send another super chat with a complete explanation? Bailey saying, stop it, Jimmy, you're harassing her. Bailey, did you catch the first 5 to 10 minutes of the show? I probably got to clip it and put it up for her. In fact, let me just say, I'll send a thank you. Oh, also, thank you for the content filling the first 10 minutes of today's live show. Appreciate. Cool. All right. Well, then I guess we have to talk to the evolutionist. Our phone number is 336-543-2101. We have these topics that we are down to defend. They are scrolling up there above us. Trans people deserve care. Capitalism is failing people. Trump is a terrible president. The SAVE Act is dumb. It's literally so dumb, guys. The SAVE Act is legitimately so fucking stupid. It hurts me that any of you think it's any good. God is made up. Christianity is bad for America. Any others we should add? What else should we put in there?
I don't know. I just said it in the Discord call to Luthien, in the Discord chat to Luthien. I think the Felix call legitimately cooked me. I feel worse than I did. No, like this isn't even a joke. I feel physically worse than I did. I feel physically worse than I did at the start of this show.
What'd you eat recently?
Just I had 2 slices of pizza for dinner. And that's, to be fair, that's the only food I've had all day is those 2 slices of pizza.
Let's do MAGA plus Christian.
Can you start the call with the evolutionists? Let me stand up and walk around. I legit, that made me feel bad.
Stand up for a quick second. All right, that's all. I did add MAGA cannot be emo to the to the debate list. It is incompatible.
Jimmy sits out his window like this, waiting for one of these people to call. Just hand on the window while it's raining.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
When will MAGA emo chick call?
I've come to talk with you again. Or Professor Mike, Muscle Boy. I'm waiting for the Muscle Boy. Well, not to call. I mean, if people have a platform, and look, if you're a MAGA creator and you have a platform, even if you don't have that many followers, we'd prefer the more the better, obviously. But if I can look and see that you've actually been putting effort in and you're not a literal fucking fascist, at least you don't know, you're not, like you don't actually believe in, like that fucking douchebag from Brazil last week who it took way too long to find out he's literally in favor of killing brown people, thinks that certain people, and then categorize that as black and brown people don't deserve to exist. If you're not a literal proud fucking Nazi, we'll give you a more equal platform than we usually offer people. This is very strange. I'm noticing a problem in the system here. I'm gonna have to fix that later. Oh, did I not hit post on that? I gotta put a bug thing up real quick. One moment. All chats yellow. What the fuck?
Jimmy, my car's backup camera can.
Ooh, don't show that label on air.
I almost did. I almost flashed the entire thing.
Dude, with the things we need iPads for this podcast thing, I'm like, I reset mine. I'm like, okay, is there anything here I need to worry about? How hard would it be to accidentally show what my Wi-Fi is called? How hard would it be to, like, that kind of shit? I'm like, what the, like, I cannot let these fucking freaks. LOL, Jimmy, really, you will? I will what? Billy, by the way, you promised me a call back. You said you were going to call next time I was on. So where's that call, Billy? Billy the kid.
We taking another call, or what do we do?
No, we will. Yeah, we will. I wanted you back before because I might run out of patience.
I had to stand up, dude. I was actually like legitimately wasn't gonna fall asleep during that fucking Felix call.
Cameron in Louisiana, are you a theist or an atheist?
Neither. I don't believe.
That's
guess what's
impossible.
Your definition?
I'm gonna ask you a simple question.
Okay.
Are you convinced that a God of some kind exists?
No.
Okay, then you are an atheist. Theism is the state of it believing that a God exists. Atheism would be the non-state. So whether you don't believe in God, whether you actively believe God doesn't exist, whether you don't hold a position on it at all, as far as I'm concerned, babies and rocks can be atheists if they want. It is still a label, so generally it needs to be something a person can conceptualize.
So that's still technically a religion?
How would that be a religion? That's like saying, so non-Mormon is a religion?
I'm asking you a question. I'm saying that's technically a religion?
No. It's a religion as much as, what's it called? Abstinence is a sexual position.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You want to go home and abstain with me?
That's awesome. Anyway, so what's the point of that question then? Asking me if I'm an atheist. Because
evolutionists just seem like a weird, dumb. Like nobody asked you whether you accepted evolution and then represent it with an ism. So it was weird that you told the screener evolutionist.
I'm in partial agreement with you guys, and then and there's probably a debate topic. I would say my thought on this whole thing, because you said Christianity is bad for America. I said, sure, I would agree, because it's created a lot of weak people.
How about because it's untrue?
No, it's just created a lot of weak people.
But is something, if people are accepting something that is untrue, is that bad for them?
Of course.
Okay.
Well, I guess what you're talking is a lack of truth. would have created these weak people, because truth is going to create a lot of sound-minded, very strong individuals.
And so if there is currently a proliferation of untrue information infecting what would be a lot of sound-minded individuals, but because the childhood anchored indoctrination is so strong, they get intercepted, what would then be your defense that Christianity should continue to exist? What percentage of people do you believe should continue to accept an untrue ideology, and how do we choose who should accept, who should believe the untrue ones?
Well, what I was calling in to say is that Christians prove evolution all the time.
Who cares?
For a season of my life, I went into churches seeing if maybe there was a shred of truth. But everywhere I went, you know, as somebody who believes in evolution,
Christianity and evolution are not tied to each other.
Huh? Oh, they were proving it. They were proving that they were proving survival of the fittest.
No, humans have proven evolution.
Well, they're trying to prove that there's a God, but what I'm saying is they prove evolution. They prove it because they kill their own offspring. Just like all the atheists, just like everybody else, just like all the abortionists. They kill their own children.
You were taking this man seriously.
A proof of evolution would not be a species killing its own offspring, and also religious people outbreed non-religious people.
Oh no, I've done farming my whole life, dude. An animal will kill its own offspring if it's weak.
Some animals will, not all animals will. No, and we're not talking about if they're weak, and you're also not addressing my point, which is that
if a horse has a foal that's born sick, it'll stomp its head into the ground. I watched it happen. If a rabbit has a bunch
Do you remember what I said to the last caller, that the quality of one thing doesn't automatically get transferred to all other things? So because one animal uses toasters doesn't mean all animals use toasters.
Pooping, lactating, disgusting, salivating.
Cameron, what is it about why, when I speak, that you think you should speak at the same time?
Huh?
What is it about when I speak that you think you should speak at the same time?
What is it that when I speak you think you should speak at the same time? You keep doing the same thing to me.
Actually, I've let you speak many times. The only times I've spoken over you is when you have been interrupting me. So you are actually complaining about being interrupted during your interruptions.
And you've done the same thing.
No, I just explained to you. You didn't even listen to that time. I have interrupted you when you are speaking during my speaking. So sometimes you interrupt me and I interrupt your interruption.
Oh, that's neat.
I know, it's really rude. It's annoying the shit out of me. By the way, if I actually wanted to answer why I think I can interrupt, you're doing it right now. If I actually wanted to answer why I think I can interrupt you when you're speaking, the answer would be it's my show and I'm the host and you are wasting time and not actually addressing the points. So now, Cameron, why...
I'm addressing the point, you're not listening.
Why, if your point is true, do Christian people produce more offspring and more Christians make it to adulthood than non-religious people?
Bro, is this dude driving?
Are you driving right now, Cameron?
No, I'm out by the road.
Okay, get away from the road.
Children.
That's too many children.
Like 75 yards away. I'm 75 yards away from the road. You could just hear it.
Having 11 children was an incredibly selfish choice of yours.
What does that have to do with being by the road?
Yeah, that just proves how weak you are. You're proving my point. Evolution is very true. You're a weak piece of shit.
That just proves how weak you are. You're a weak piece of shit.
I'd love to put you on the front lines with all my other guys. I'd love to, just to see if you'd survive.
Nobody knows what the fuck you're even talking about now. You haven't made a point, but you're dropping the microphone like you just said something.
You're not listening.
You're literally once again talking over me. Okay, great. I didn't listen. When did you explain to me what the front lines meant?
Front lines of battle. I'd love to put you out there.
What battle?
I'm gonna actually kill myself. I'm going to actually do it.
What
live
battle?
On stream.
What battle are you on the front lines of right now, Cameron?
What am I on the front lines of? Nothing at the moment, but I've been there. What's
oh,
fun?
got it. So you want to put me on the front lines of some battle you're not actually fighting. I think you're just trying to find a TOS way to say, I wish I could kill you because I've looked so dumb on this call. I wish I could kill you. I think that's what you're trying to say to me.
I don't want to kill you.
You're a very intelligent man.
I can't believe there are 11 children in this world who need to be taken away from their parents like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, legitimately, your kids would do better off in foster care.
How many children do you have, you little retarded glow ear?
Oh,
Cameron,
no,
I need you to know
he used a
something,
slur. Oh,
how many kids are you raising, bro?
I genuinely need you to know
you
something,
said you're going to kill yourself.
Oh, no, we're getting so destroyed. He used a slur,
I need you
guys.
to know something, Cameron.
How will we proceed?
And Jimmy, if I start violating TOS, Jimmy, just mute me. But I need you to know something, Cameron. If you did it tomorrow, Luthien, mute me if I violate TOS. If you did it tomorrow, Cameron, no one would miss you. I just want to be so for real here. Not a single person on this planet. We would all probably celebrate.
With the right insurance, they would be like pretty better off.
Genuinely, we would celebrate if you were gone. At this point, you sound like a Nazi.
Cameron, what's wrong? Why don't you like black people? Like, you obviously have a problem specifically with, like, and I'm not saying like, oh, because you're being mean to Jovan. I'm saying I can hear in your voice that you think white people are superior to black people. What's that all about?
Me personally, I hope you do it, Cameron.
Are you going to tell us, Cameron, why do you believe that black people are inferior to white people?
Oh, no, black people aren't inferior. They're actually quite superior. They're great fighters, 100%, great athletes.
Oh, please.
I live in a predominantly black area.
I know, and you think that you're better than them.
Oh, God, please do it.
No.
You're very obviously racist.
Please do it, dude.
No,
Jesus
you are playing with fire, and it's my channel, not yours. That you're playing with the fire on.
I love them, dude. They're my neighbors.
So bad.
What?
They're
if
my
you
neighbors,
don't want
dude,
to play with fire, don't ask him about black people, Jimmy.
You just did. What the hell are you talking about? I got black neighbors,
Cameron,
bro. They're all
Cameron,
around
please
me.
Cameron, I just want you to know that we're better than you. We're smarter than you.
Oh,
we're better than you. We're better for society than you. Like, legitimately, we are better than you are.
There you are.
Yeah. Just so you know.
How much do you make?
I think you already know, but I just wanted to restate it.
How much do you make sitting on your fat butt?
What's that?
I make $15,000 a month working physically. What do? You sit at a computer, you little YouTuber.
I'm sorry, wait. $15,000. Do you think $15,000 a month? First of all, everybody when they do that shit is lying. Like, you definitely just boosted your numbers, but I don't care. Like, do you think $15,000?
Sure, I
run a company with 30 people. I'm very impressed by you. Hey, Cameron, Cameron, we're literally leftists. So do you actually think we think the value of a person would be in their net worth? Yours is lower than mine, but would you think that we value people that way? Why'd you bring it up then? Why are you bringing up dollars?
You're a fat little twerp, dude. You're a fat little twerp who sits behind a desk. You don't even have kids. What do you have to show for life?
Please do it, Cameron. Please do it.
I prove evolution.
Oh, God.
Cameron. Hey, Cameron. Nothing you ever do will change the fact that we're better than you. You have a lovely day.
Oh,
you're a bad person, and we're better than you are.
That you're one of your girlfriend. Nothing will ever take back the fact that you got cucked when you were fucking 18.
Yeah. By the way, not all those 11 kids are yours, buddy.
That's why he likes black people so much. He likes watching his wife get fucked by one.
Did you say we aren't going to be taking Dylan again?
I didn't see the purpose of taking Dylan again. I'm gonna be so honest with you, but if you want to, that's fine.
No, I don't.
I just really wish Cameron would do it.
Stop. Do that shit on your own channel, man.
What?
It's like, fuck, dude. You're gonna get your own super chats, and you're gonna get my channel deleted. Fuck off.
I just mean go get a coffee.
Okay.
I don't Fed post on Maine. Jimmy, I gotta be honest with you. If we get one more of those, if I have to lose my mind one more time, I'm out. I'm done with calling it out tonight.
This is your job, dude. Do your job. Do your job.
Mental health day.
You call that hours ago. Sit around and do your job. It's not that bad. You know people this stupid exist.
No, today has been.
There's some game or movie he really wants to play or watch, and he wants to be let go to go do it. He's just trying to set up the framework.
Although I have been playing Spider-Man again. That might be between Spider-Man and Breath of the Wild. I think I replay those games like once a year each.
Which one?
PS5, Spider-Man PS5, PS4, I guess, but Sony's Spider-Man game, the first one, and then
I still need to finish Spider-Man 2,
and then I'll play 2.
I haven't finished 2. I've done the other 2 though.
Billy the Kid said, "Stop that shit, Jovan. Seriously, dude. No."
George Boyd also trying to call back.
But no.
So George Boyd must. I feel like that means George Boyd is also whatever that other idiot was. So I'm just gonna snooze George Boyd. People think we'd rather take their terrible calls. I don't know. I was gonna say I don't even need. All right, we got an alleged. Also,
there's no way I'm gonna.
You don't want to argue with a liberal who says they support Trump?
It's a troll.
It's your job.
It's a troll. My job is not for trolls.
If everything that we are going to, if every call we're going to take, we have to, is going to be somebody who says something stupid.
No. There's a difference between they say something like Felix is stupid, but not a troll. The only reason I was frustrated with Felix is I already did this for 30 minutes with him and he didn't say anything different than last time. If it's a troll, then I'm not getting anything out of it. You know what I mean?
Of course you are. It's literally our job.
You don't know what I mean.
You're still getting shit out of it. And it's filling the time.
Take the troll.
Sean in New York. You're on the line with Jimmy and Jovan. You're claiming to be liberal, support Trump. You don't think trans people deserve health care. They should see a psychiatrist so they can realize their delusion, except for psychiatrists who are currently prescribing their transition care. So why, if psychiatry agrees that the best treatment for gender dysphoria is transition, what psychiatrist are you suggesting they see instead?
I guess a psychiatrist that hasn't been politicized or doesn't have like a.
How do you know that the reason why they? How do you know that it's a result of politics that they accept that? Considering the fact that the transition care recommendations for gender dysphoria actually precede when it was politically popular to support trans people, because keep in mind that is a brand new position. However, transition care for trans people has been a standard recommendation for longer than it has been politically acceptable to support trans people. So where is your evidence that the psychiatric field, which right now unanimously the consensus is to support trans people in their transition care, what is your evidence that that is not actually what the science is showing, that that's not actually the conclusion of the studies, and in fact that they are taking a political position against what the care, what the science and studies support?
It's the same reason why you have conservative climate scientists try to basically push false science, like
okay, can you provide evidence that these liberal or progressive therapists and counselors and psychiatrists and even the American Psychiatric Association, whichever one, can you provide evidence that they have ignored actual science?
Do you know where the word gender comes from?
I don't know why you're asking me a question. It comes from a word. It comes from genre in Latin, which is fucking hundreds of years old. So I don't know why you're answering my question with a question. I'll ask it again. Maybe you didn't hear it. Do you have any evidence to show that the science they're using or the methodology they're using to come up with treatment methods such as gender affirming care for people who have severe dysphoria as a byproduct of having a gender incongruence? Do you have any evidence that this is like bought and paid for and that they're largely ignoring real science?
Like you would want me to like show you a study?
Oh my gosh, a study would be a form of evidence, yeah.
But how can I show you a study when it's all been politicized? I can show you a study from climate scientists saying that.
What you're telling me is you have no evidence of this politicizing. You can't cut me off
and tell me to stop, bro. Like, this is not a conversation. This is a monologue.
Do whatever I want, because this isn't a conversation. It's me asking you a question that you're not answering. Do you have some form of evidence to show that it's actually been politicized? I don't take, trust me, bro, as a source.
I'm not your bro.
Some form of evidence. Yes, one of my bros would know how to source something, so that's true. So do you have some type of evidence? I just told you that it's
been politicized. All the science is going to show that.
Ready? Hey, Jimmy, ask me. I'm gonna do an experiment so that you can see how stupid you look. Jimmy, ask me to provide you evidence that I saw a red car outside.
Can you provide evidence you saw a red car outside?
Yeah, there was a red car out there. And
that sounds like a politicized act. That sounds politicized.
Now, Sean, please, I have been up to my ear.
I just told you I can't.
Nonsense today.
Then I just told you I can't.
Then I reject your claim wholeheartedly as a false premise with zero proof. Just like I reject the fact that mermaids are real, or I reject the fact that Jimmy has a large penis.
But,
I reject.
I won't reject
you
outright.
You guys are gay as fuck.
Sean, I won't reject it outright. You made a new claim. Your new claim is that you can't provide the evidence because it's been politicized. Now, provide the evidence that the science and the studies, not that trans issues are a political issue, that would be devoid of it. Prove that these studies, provide the evidence that the studies that are happening, that the science that is happening, again, including a huge body of science and studies that happened prior to there being any political advantage anywhere to supporting trans people. Please provide your evidence that what you said is true, that the studies and the science have been intercepted by politics, and that political power was able to overwrite them. Where is your evidence of that?
It's pretty, like, the study itself is the proof. You get it? Like, all the studies showing that gender affirming care works is my proof in itself, because I believe in climate change, right? Obviously, it's a huge danger to humanity. I actually think all of this is like distractions. Like, you have conservative people that are literally pushing.
You're now trying to change the topic, so I'm going to mute you. You don't get to change the topic. You said because the studies prove that gender affirming care works, that proves the studies were politicized. Or it proves that gender affirming care works. This is quite like saying the studies, ibuprofen working has been politicized. Where is the proof they've been politicized? Well, all the studies says ibuprofen works. Therefore, that is the proof it's been politicized. That is the dumbest, and I have heard a lot of dumb fucking arguments. That is the dumbest argument I have heard in a long time. The proof is that the studies say that it works. Well, go ahead.
No, Jimmy, I got it. Since all the studies, we're going to bring you back up real quick, Sean. Since all the studies are politicized and wrong, here's a study. It's called Levels of Satisfaction and Regret with Gender Affirming Medical Care in Adolescents. Why is that study wrong? Specifically, this specific study.
Because anybody with two brain cells that's not been totally politically, ideologically captured knows that, like, you're not supposed to mess with little kids. Wait till they become an adult, and then you can do whatever you want.
So you don't actually have an answer. That's funny. That's
hilarious. This is what I did. This is why I hate. This is why I don't like talking to leftists. Is because you guys are such nerds. Like, everything has to be a stat. They're like, everything has to be.
You don't like talking to leftists because we're smarter than you.
We just got called nerds.
We make you look stupid and we make you feel emasculated. When you talk to us, you feel up here.
We are intellectually inaccessible.
You feel up here the size of your dick down here, which is small. The reason you don't like talking to Jimmy or myself is that we actually read, and you don't want to talk to those readers in their books and those book thinking people. What you would rather do is you would rather sit on your hand until it goes numb so you can continue to self-congratulate yourself until the cows come home, because there's nothing better than stroking your ego and telling yourself, I feel smart. I reject you, Sean, wholeheartedly. You will never be one of the cool kids. So please stop. Either come with evidence or shut and say it with me, Sean, the fuck up. Thank you. I yield my time.
All right, let's hear what he has to say. Well, unmuting. Anyway, Sean, you were saying how we're nerds?
Yeah, I just felt like you need a study to show that rape is bad. Are you going to pull up, like, you don't need a study, you don't need numbers to show that, yes, sexual assault is bad. Like,
Sean,
you guys are
apparently
trying to
we
make
do
me, like,
because
where is
sexual
that-
assault is rampant amongst especially cisgender men. Also, we're having to argue with people
but
about
why do you
Matt
need a
Walsh.
study? Why can't
Excuse
you
me,
just
I'm not
say
done.
it's bad?
Excuse me, Sean, I'm not done. I also have to argue with people like Matt
Yo, you
Walsh
keep
from the
cutting me
MAGA that you are.
fucking
I'm sorry,
off,
I'm not
bro.
done.
This is all
Yeah,
you
I know,
left
I
to
am
do.
cutting you off because you're saying
I didn't
dumb
cut
shit
you
and
off.
it's my show. You aren't the host of the show, and I'm not wasting time like you are, so I'm going to mute you again. Apparently, we do need studies. Apparently, we do need science. In fact, literally, the history of Christianity is that rape isn't so bad, only raping sometimes. Christianity and the Bible establish that if you rape a woman, the person you've offended is either her father or her husband, not her. So actually, we're having to do a lot of work in the fields of psychiatry, a lot of work in the fields of sociology, a lot of work. And in fact, we have to establish a philosophical groundwork for why rape is bad to counter the current philosophical groundworks that disagree. Because people like you, Sean, often believe a woman is at least partially responsible for rape if she was walking somewhere dangerous wearing clothes you consider provocative. So it's weird that you're bringing up things that we don't even teach consent in classrooms to our detriment. And then you have people complaining that consent is apparently complicated to achieve. In fact, Sean, I bet if we talk to you long enough, you'll complain about how hard consent is to really know if you have it. Almost threw up talking to him. What'd you say?
I said close enough. Welcome back, Rick Sanchez.
Okay, Sean, here you go.
First of all, I'm an atheist. Fuck Jesus. Fuck Muhammad. Fuck all these religions. I'm an atheist.
And yet you are talking like a religious person and you support MAGA. So I don't care. Fuck you. You're a terrible atheist. Well, you're dog shit.
Yeah, good for you. Like, there's actually a lot of liberals who support Trump, myself included, because liberals are liberals, right?
What liberal values is Trump supporting?
No, Jimmy. He likes that Trump brought a convicted rapist to the White House. He likes that Trump hangs out with people that were convicted of raping 16-year-old girls. He likes when Trump hangs out with Kid Rock.
You know what's crazy?
Underage girls. He likes when Trump hangs out with, what's the other guy's name who has the song Jailbait? Ted Nugent. He likes when Trump hangs out with people that write songs about fucking children. That's what you like, isn't it, Sean?
Or defunding cancer research for children. Oh, we love the children so much. Sean, what is a liberal value that Donald Trump is making better that is so good that it was worth voting for him over an actual liberal?
Freedom of speech.
Donald Trump has been terrible on freedom of speech. He's literally controlling the FCC. He is going, literally, if you actually track it, freedom of speech is more accessible under Democratic presidents, and you lose freedom of speech rights. Donald Trump is trying to, as he said, open up the libel laws so public figures can't get criticized as much and he can get money from people who are talking shit about him. In what world is he more supportive of freedom of speech at the level of the law, at the level of the government seeking revenge against citizens than Democrats or liberals would be?
You guys haven't been taken off air, so that means that it's not, like, you guys are still here, right? So how is it all bad?
For now, he literally has put out stuff that actually designates us as potentially domestic terrorists. And if he gets his way after the midterms, we very well could be facing legal challenges because they literally have categories of people who are atheists. What do they call them? Nihilistic terrorists or something like that. People who are atheists, support trans education, have leftists, and they're the ones putting these things into words. They're the ones trying to pass these things as laws, executive orders, putting them into regulations. You don't have that under the Democrats. So, Sean, your example of, freedom of speech must be okay because you specifically haven't yet been targeted by this administration, ignoring the fact that others have been targeted by this administration. Don Lemon.
What about him?
Targeted by this administration for being a journalist.
Khalil. Who are those three that also did the zine, that got arrested for the zine recently too?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
Literally 30 years in prison for distributing zines.
Fuck off.
You know what's not funny? All you guys, you know how you guys are. Can
you read? I just need to know if you can read.
Nah,
I feel
can't.
like so much of this call would be like corrected if you knew how to read.
I'm still waiting for you to present the argument, by the way. You still haven't answered the question asked of you.
I can't speak for longer than 5 seconds without getting cut off, so it's kind of hard.
You don't start answering the questions. If you would start the 5 seconds going in the direction of answering the question, you'd get past the 5 seconds.
I actually was, but you guys have aren't used to talking with people with an opposing opinion.
Excuse me, Sean, you weren't, because I asked you, how has Donald Trump been better for freedom of speech than a liberal president was? And you said, and it wasn't 5 seconds, you got to say the whole point. Well, you're still on the air, so he must not be that bad. That was your whole point. It was a dumb point, but that was it, and you got it all out.
Then aren't you
so when are you going to
a
actually address the actual question asked of you?
I mean, Democrats were the ones going around trying to ban people for questioning the COVID
ban people from what?
The supposed pandemic.
Ban people from what? The supposed pandemic. Sean the liberal calling COVID a supposed pandemic.
Where's your data to show that social distancing worked?
Sean,
you wouldn't believe
you're
in
now
Sean.
Once again trying to change the subject, but I'm sorry. Do you believe
he's already said he doesn't believe studies and shit, so you wouldn't believe it anyway?
Right, Sean. It's literally a respiratory virus. If you can't physically come into contact or you reduce it and you reduce viral load, you aren't going to show symptoms. How do you know I'm not a biologist?
Wait,
what did I go to college for?
Fun fact, I actually am a biologist.
I guarantee I guarantee you there's no way you're a biologist and you're speaking maintaining
the really funny thing is right now.
Here we go.
You know the virus is airborne, right?
The really funny thing is right now, what I actually did go to college for would end up blowing his mind and ruining his argument. I don't come and throw it out there as my credentials because that's over 10 years.
Is that where you learned about the 10,000 genders?
Sean, shut up. Effectiveness of different types of effectiveness of different types and levels of social distancing measures. A scoping review of global evidence from earlier stage of COVID-19 pandemic. Do you know what this study found?
No, enlighten me, sir.
Great, beautiful. Maintaining at least 1 meter or 3.3 feet of physical distance substantially reduced transmission risk. So can you admit you were wrong now?
Where is that study from?
Can you admit you were wrong?
No, because I have a study that can show you that
what's the study name? What's the study?
I got you right here, though. Can I link it in the chat?
Just say the name of it.
Hold on, I'm going to give it to you right here. It was a study from MIT.
Great. Name.
Hold on. No, I'm going to give you the name right here. Let me make sure.
Yeah, you got to Google faster than that, right?
No, because I just want to make sure I get the... Hold on.
Dead air.
No, it's not dead air. Hold on.
It's pretty much dead air because you're Googling it and Google search keeps telling you that you're wrong. So you're trying to Google it again to find a study that proves you're right because you're engaging in confirmation bias.
Well, what about all the studies that show that climate change is fake? We would agree that it's not.
Name one.
Wait. No. Don't let him move from this. Are you admitting right now that you're trying to Google it and Google keeps telling you that we're right? So you now want to move to something else?
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Literally is showing you is crashing out.
This is proof that, listen, Google
Sean,
is controlled by leftists.
What is a viral capsid?
And they're not a viral what?
Capsid.
A viral capsid? I don't know. I don't know.
Why
unlike you guys, when I don't know something, I'll just admit it.
Why does a virus need a host cell? Like, what's the reason a virus needs a host cell?
Because a virus needs a host. Like, isn't it's like a parasite, like a host. Like, isn't that the whole point?
Why?
Because it can't survive on its own.
Nope, that's not. It's survive. They survive on their own plenty. In fact, viruses aren't alive, so survivability isn't necessary. Well, there's debate on whether viruses are alive or not, but they don't meet the standard for life. So nope. So far, you're incorrect. Since you're telling us about how viruses work, and I'm not a biologist, I'm just going to ask you very basic virology questions that I am familiar with, and see how. Let's go easier. You must get this one correct. What is a host to a virus?
I have no idea, man.
You don't know what a virus's host is? Literally, I was trying to give you the easiest question. It's like you can hear it in the question. Jovan, what is a host to a virus?
It would be the thing that it latches onto in order to live.
Yeah, it's what it's infecting.
Yeah.
So, a virus infects somebody. What purpose does it infect the person? For what purpose? What is it doing? What does the virus do, Sean?
I got it right here. Martin Z. Benzet, a guideline to limit indoor airborne transmission of COVID-19. That was the name of the study.
No shot.
Give it again. Give it again. Give the name again.
Right here.
What is the name? You can't put the link in chat.
No.
We're not looking at chat. What is the name?
A Guideline to Limit Indoor Airborne Transmission of COVID-19 by Martin Z. Bazant and John M. Bush.
John M. Bush?
Oh, 2 M's. No, sorry, W. M. Bush. John W. M. Bush. John W. M. Bush.
Bush. And you're saying this study proved what?
That it's just all hoopla. Like it's a virus. You think
nope.
Just being
No. That's not what this
proved.
No. What does the study actually say? It's right in the abstract that you didn't read.
Hold on. You know what's so funny? Do you guys think that the virus was created in a Wuhan lab?
What I find funny is that you didn't read this study and you're trying to pass it off like it agrees with you when the abstract sure doesn't. That's what I find funny.
No, but the study is showing that it's inconclusive. That it's like you're trying to make it seem like it's clear cut.
Doesn't show that either.
Hilarious though.
Do you know what abstract is?
No person trying to prove a point.
Oh my God!
No,
Jimmy, let him. Wait. Let him go with this.
Hang on, Joe. I just want to point out that if you believed a study did prove something, you wouldn't cite an inconclusive study because you couldn't use that as evidence.
But you're saying that the science is conclusive,
a single
and the study is saying that the science is not conclusive.
When there are many conclusive studies.
But it can be politicized. Those are all leftist.
I want to know what an abstract is. What is an abstract?
Oh yeah, what is an abstract?
In a study, what is an abstract?
An abstract is like basically a short, like a passage that basically discusses like the purpose of the study.
It's just a summarization. It just summarizes the entirety of the study. That's it. It's
summary,
just, hey, here's a summary.
Purpose,
here's a summary of the study. And you know what your study says that disagrees with you? It talks about the 6-foot social distancing rule, and it says we looked and analyzed this to see if it made sense. And they say they say we demonstrate that the bound just depends on the rates of ventilation and air filtration, dimensions of the rooms, breathing. It just says it's dependent on a lot of other factors.
Legitimately stuff we also knew that
that it's dependent.
More well-vented rooms need to enforce the 6-foot rule less. If you're in a very not ventilated room, 6 feet might not cover you at all. The more ventilation, the better, is literally the summary of this. And the less that the 6-foot rule will be necessary because nobody claimed it was magic and that 6 feet away would get you. What I find most embarrassing is literally you didn't know the answer to the most basic questions about virology, but you think you can talk down to us on this.
I'm not trying to talk down. I'm just saying it's all politicized. Like all these studies, Google is run by leftists. All these scientists are leftists.
The one citation you gave us actually worked against you. And you have yet to prove.
No, but that's my point. Like it's all.
Okay, great. Prove that they're lying.
The Google is lying.
Prove it.
They're leftists. Leftists are
Google is run by conservative capitalists. Did you know that the CEOs of Google were at Trump's inauguration? Did you know this?
But I'm a liberal and I
Trump supporters.
and Google wasn't funding these studies. So once again,
God damn,
you're literally a conspiracy theorist, Sean, and you have no proof that anything that you're saying is true, where we have plenty of proof that you're wrong.
I'm saying that I don't have proof, and I'm telling you that Google is run by leftists. Scientists are super left-leaning. They're going to give you these
We never told you have to rely on Google. Go to Grok. Go ask Grok.
But Grok, it's a left-leaning AI. If you ask Grok how many genders are there, it's not going to tell you there's
Elon Musk's Grok is left-leaning, or is it that when you give it the data to assess and it tries to give you back reality, it can't help but seem leftist because conservatism and your bullshit is delusional nonsense?
I'm not even a conservative.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I respect.
Name me one liberal value you hold to.
I respect gay people. I think freedom of speech should be upheld. Yes, I do.
You respect gay people? Do you believe that we should be able to have our pride parades?
Why not?
You tell me.
There's no reason you guys shouldn't.
You said you support Donald Trump, who is trying to interfere with queer rights, gay rights across.
No, because there's actually tons of gay people that support Trump that aren't crybabies like you guys.
So why did Donald Trump appoint justices to the Supreme Court that are seeking to overturn gay marriage and overturn Obergefell?
You know that would never happen, right? That's just fear-mongering.
That's what they said about abortion, and then abortion happened.
I mean, you could just cross state lines. Most states it's still legal.
No. Rich people and people with the means to cross state lines can cross state lines. Poor people cannot.
I mean, they're just, you can do it. If you got enough money to smoke weed and drink liquor and just be out here, like, I'm pretty sure you can get some money for an abortion.
Wait. Okay, first of all, now I know Sean's racist because what he imagined was black people when I said poor people, because he's now basically using cliches of they got enough money to smoke weed and drink liquor, blah, blah. Sean, and what you're sitting here telling me that you're not a conservative, but you're describing.
You're not even black.
Yeah, I know, and I know you're a racist. I'm a white person who used to be racist who can spot my kind.
You're white as fuck, bro, talking about black people. Like, if you would actually come to, like, a New York City, a lot of people would look at you kind of weird, bro.
Hey, Sean, guess what? I'm from New York. They love me there.
New York what? State or city?
Levittown, Long Island, in the city all the time, baby girl.
Well, I don't ever call me baby girl because I live in Queens and we do not jack none of that. Like,
I'm just saying, you live in Queens, baby girl?
Why don't you want to call baby girl?
And I guarantee
more people in Queens like me than you, Sean. Hey, if you're in Queens right now, throw one in the chat if you love me.
What's your issue,
most of these people are going to throw one. My issue is that I just feel like you guys just rage bait. And it's like, it's hard because, like, I've dealt with a lot of things in my life.
Sean, you haven't been able to provide a single piece of evidence for any of the shit you say, but you say that we rage bait, Sean. You haven't been able to look up or cite a fact that actually agrees with you, but we're the ones that rage bait, Sean. Us. We, me, Jimmy, him and I, we rage bait you. Shut the fuck up. Moving on.
Did you vote for Zoran for mayor?
We have 4 other people.
I gotta know if you voted for Zoran. Who'd you vote for mayor of New York?
I didn't vote for mayor.
Okay, fucking get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck
You're
on,
such
bro.
a fucking dumbass piece of shit. Oh my god,
dude.
Stupidity. Thy name is Sean, and you're from Queens.
I can't even lie with you. That one woke me up a little bit.
I told you, baby girl would help. Don't ever call me baby girl. Don't ever call me baby girl. I'm a liberal from New York.
Computer, don't let them call me baby girl.
Yo, Sean's mad. I probably fucked his girlfriend last time I was in Queens. And his dad.
Don't fuck anybody.
I fucked his girlfriend and his dad. Stop trying to broadcast asexuality on me, heterosexual. I'm going to call you Hetty.
I'm going to engage in bi erasure.
Thank you.
Need more water and to use the bathroom. You can start the next one. I'll be right back.
Okay, let me see. All of these will rage bait you.
Yeah.
When life is getting to you. All right, this one's at least addressed at me and wrong, so we'll just start there. Matthew in Kentucky, you are wrong about what you think that I believe. Matthew in Kentucky, you're on the line with Jimmy and Jovan and not a guy named Steve. What's up?
Hey, okay, if I'm wrong, could you please clarify, like, why?
Sure, I'll tell you. You said Elon Musk's concept of universal income is unsustainable and not communist. I've heard Jimmy promote it as an ideal. No, I have never promoted it as an ideal. All I have done is pointed to Elon Musk's tweet about high income. He wants to keep some form of technocracy. Is that what I want to call it? Where because he provided has a lot of power. All I have stated is that Elon Musk has also acknowledged that the current path of capitalism is not sustainable and that mass unemployment from AI and robotics is coming. And even he is recognizing, without realizing what it would entail or mean, that a redistribution of wealth not based on working is going to be necessary. Never have I said a single thing about AI, Elon Musk being the things that are good or promoting them as ideals, just acknowledging them as reality.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I understand, like, that obviously, you know, there should be no billionaires nor trillionaires, obviously. But do you think that there should be a socialist or communist version of universal high income?
The UBI that is described by most people doesn't exist within socialism. It would only be useful to describe UBI in the framework of socialism, so simple-minded capitalists understand what we are saying, but even having an income system at all wouldn't necessarily be necessary in an ideal socialist world, unless you had like little extra markets on top as a treat that people are doing separate from all of that. Though I'm overall pretty against that, because as soon as you start off having little free markets as a treat extra, they grow and they grow in power, and they literally just start to seek undermining the actual socialism. So Matthew, I would take UBI in our current capitalist framework as progress towards something better. I would vote for it while still trying to transition out of UBI to actual full-on socialism or dirty capitalism, communism. I'm sorry, Billy the Kid, you are incorrect. He never, Billy the Kid in chat said, never said that would be the case. He said that was one way, hypothetically, OMG. Billy the Kid, you are incorrect. You can call in and I will read it directly to you. He never used the word hypothetically, nor did he engage it in a way of like, this might happen. He engaged it as a, this is the future and this is the way to solve for it. Anyway, go ahead, Matthew.
Yeah, he actually tweeted about it, I think, like 10 times.
April
like, it
16th.
wasn't just... Well, yeah, and also on December 25th, 2023, and all throughout 2024, he's mentioned universal high income.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it is kind of just like a Band-Aid solution, UBI, because it doesn't, so yeah, we're in agreement there. But I think that my general point though is that like if we were to somehow transition to some kind of post-scarcity society, like that just wouldn't be possible with the material limits that the Earth imposes on us, and that the Jovan's paradox makes it so with whatever efficiency increases that AI brings, it will be consumed by a growing population, because that's the Jovan's paradox has been demonstrated throughout the entirety of history.
Matthew, none of this appeals to me. You would have to have a multifaceted approach. We would need to have realistic conversations about limitations on expanding the population. The number one resource thing to overcome is the production of energy, which right now is being blocked out by capitalists. It's not actually difficult to solve. Nuclear energy could be basically make energy free for everybody. The cost would be so low to do, as well as other things like solar farms and stuff, but we are choosing to keep it. And as far as a post-scarcity society goes, we already currently today live in a world that could provide for every human being, and we choose not to. So I don't really care about these sort of myopic things of like, it seems really hard. So what? Keep the current system in place? Because the current system in place, Matthew, you and I are going to die in.
Yeah, no, I completely agree that capitalism is inherently unsustainable. It's a system of infinite growth on a finite planet. But that doesn't mean that socialism is inherently sustainable, that there are versions of it that are also unsustainable.
Okay.
So, but
is there a version of socialism that you've heard for us advocating for here that you believe is unsustainable?
I mean, well, I don't know. Like, if you have a moneyless society, like then there isn't like we're not keeping track of the resources that we're extracting and how much we have left. So I don't think.
Yeah, why would you make that leap that without money we can't track resources?
I just started an inventory system for my wood shop. I didn't spend any new money on it. I'm not giving any money away doing it. I just created an inventory system for fun. Legitimately for fun, guys. Just so you know, that's what I do for fun.
So Sean was right. We are nerds.
Nerds.
Sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, I guess you could relabel. I mean, I guess if you relabel money as something else, but just something that keeps track of resources, where they're going, and how much we're consuming, I think will be necessary. It's so weird when they're like,
if you label money something else, if it functions completely differently.
Like, even if we used money, money in an inventory system are completely different. I can run a store that takes in money, and I can never create an inventory system.
I mean, it's not just about inventory in one specific place. It's inventory going from, producers to consumers to retailers and all that. So I think until
why would we need to send? Why would we wouldn't need to send inventory to retailers? We wouldn't have retailers anymore.
I mean, maybe not for needs, but for wants, like. There will still be scarcity of cutting-edge technology that cannot instantly be deployed to every person.
I don't give two rats potatoes about a want. We don't have the luxury to care about wants until the needs are met.
Yeah, I agree that they need to be met first, but that's not going to eliminate the fact that there's cutting-edge technology that are pure wants.
Right now, the cutting edge technology is gated behind thousands of dollars, so people don't get them anyway.
Yeah, but someone is we're not going to stop developing it because we're focusing on feeding
Matthew,
and housing everyone.
What's the last new piece of technology developed? The last major shift in technology.
Foldable phones.
We had foldable phones.
How attached to this call are you, Jovan?
1990s. I'm not very.
I mean,
hey Matthew, this call is, I'm going to be honest, super boring viewership. I can literally see my bar fell off a cliff, and I don't think you actually have a single solution. I think you're just calling to complain about things you don't understand, like you're incredulous about. So I'm going to be honest. We're just going to move on.
Okay. Well, good luck with the other calls then.
Thanks, Matt. Matthew, I don't know what you prefer. Bye.
Bye.
I only cared about addressing that he said I promoted what Elon Musk said, or that I considered it an ideal, which was crazy. I think you and I are both going to want John. Let's just start with John. And maybe we cap calls there because I think we have more than enough to get through the hour. All right. John in Massachusetts.
Hello.
How you doing, John?
Not too bad.
I'm going to need you to try and speak a little more clearly. You might need to sit up. It kind of sounds like you're laying down and you're a little sleepy. If we can try
and... Okay, is this better?
I think so. I think we're better. Yeah. There's an energy of virility in your voice. Let's.
All right.
All right. You don't believe in equality. Whoever works hardest deserves stuff. It's more fair. Do you currently believe that the billionaires and trillionaire work harder than the people who work for them who aren't even making $100,000 a year?
Yeah, it doesn't exactly. It makes it sound. It's kind of makes what I said sound not exactly what I was saying. It's kind of a generalization.
Do you believe that people who are disabled and can't work at all deserve nothing?
No, of course not. I'm not a mean person.
Okay.
I'm not a mean person. I believe in helping people who need help. Yeah, absolutely.
What about people who want to work and are hard workers but can only find jobs that don't pay very well? Do you believe that a company should be allowed to say, give us 40 hours a week of your time and not pay that person enough money to live, no matter what the job is? I don't even care if it's sitting in a chair. I'd like you to sit in this chair for 40 hours a week. That's still 40 hours of time each week of your life. If a company is asking somebody to do that,
they can't make it do that. It's the employee's choice of whether he wants to go to work for a certain amount of money or not.
They can, because the companies can conspire together to create employment scarcity, thus that you take the job you can get, not the job that you do want. So you're also getting away from the point of the question. John, should a company be allowed to ask you for 40 hours of time per week without paying you at least enough to live comfortably?
Let's see. Well, if you put it that way, in general, probably not. But they are forced
at the very least, pay do disagree with the minimum wage.
I guess it comes down to whether you think minimum wage is livable, which it's not.
It is not. No,
really.
I mean, it's not about whether we believe it. It's been the law is they have to pay at least that. In the lowest cost of living state in the country, is that Oklahoma? I'm trying to remember what it is, but the estimate was you would need at least $18 an hour. So $7.25.
West Virginia or Louisiana or something. Yeah.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jimmy.
So $7.25 is the current one. You would agree then, if $7.25 is that much below the standard of living, that if you are working for a company... I agree
there's an inherent unfairness in all that.
Would you agree then that $7.25...
I mean, it'd be nice to pay everybody a whole shitload of money, but that's not possible either. You know what I mean?
We're not talking about a whole shitload of money. We're talking about survivable wages. So, John, would you agree that $7.25 being so below the standard of living is, if a company offers that, knowing that the scarcity of employment in their area and the demand for work is why they'll be able to fulfill that, they are in effect offering, basically they're still participating in slavery, because they are paying you an amount of money that
that depends. I don't have enough information here.
Yes, you do. We already talked about what a living wage would be.
There.
$7.25 an hour.
If
40 hours a week,
if that company is only paying $7.25 an hour, and it totally has the ability to pay these people $30 an hour and still be a viable company, and all the managers and the owners still make a shitload of money, then you're right.
No, John, take away.
Then they're greedy assholes. They shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Why do the owners have to be able to make a shitload of money? How about just good enough money to live comfortably, and therefore their employees must also have good enough money to live comfortably? Why wouldn't it be, since you're a conservative and a free market guy, if you can't afford to pay a non-slavery level wage, you don't get to have an employee?
I agree with that, but you're assuming that every company can afford to pay everyone twice as much as what they're paying now.
How
many of them companies? A lot of them companies probably would have to shut down if that were to happen.
I don't know. To pay someone
maybe you're right. Maybe they all could.
Can't afford to have employees, and your business should not expand.
And besides, John, when you're looking at it, automation tools, technology, and the way innovation is happening. Hang on, John. Innovation and automation have made it so that a job that I'm doing right now, if you wait 10 years ago, a person wouldn't be able to do half that job in the same amount of time. And so in that period of time, the 40-hour week went basically what I'm doing now. I'm going to simplify this because my words are getting confusing. Innovation and automation make it so that every year that person who's not getting paid enough is doing more. And so the person who was hired in 2010 is doing twice as much in 2020 because automation reduced his job. They didn't reduce his hours and pay him the same. They actually doubled the amount of work he has to do. So he now has to work harder, put out more stuff, and his wages did not go up by double, despite the fact that his workload did, but their expectations of the workload also went up because of automation and innovation. So what you're describing is these people are working hard. They're making low wages. Let's say it's $10 an hour. As time goes on, more stuff is adding to their plate and their productivity goes up, often assisted by tools like innovation, technology, automation, but their wages are not keeping up with that. And so these people who are like, hey, I can only afford to pay $10 an hour to get this amount of work done. When that amount of work becomes cheaper, only $5 an hour, they don't then increase the wages of the person who's now producing more for them. They produce the labor. That's why right now a baseline laborer in America is doing way more and expected way more of them than the people, than our parents and grandparents who are like, you guys are just lazy and don't work as much. Meanwhile, we're working multiple jobs. We're working our ass off. And you're sitting there saying that the people who work the hardest deserve the stuff. Many of the people who work the hardest in America are in poverty.
Right.
So how is conservatism going to solve that? Because conservatism can't solve that because conservatism supports capitalism, which means if you already have money, you have a right to make more money by taking it away from the people who don't have as much.
Well, I mean,
right now, capitalism transfers money from the poor.
Those are basic system, economic system. They're not like a way to fix things.
So what is your way as a conservative to fix that right now money is being shifted from the poor and the middle class to the rich who already possess most of the money?
Yeah, there's definitely inherent unfairness there. No, I agree with you there for sure.
Welcome, comrade. Can I offer you a zine in these trying times?
But I do believe that's something that you're gonna have to put up with because the alternative I don't think the alternative will. I think your choices are either have a system that an unfair system, but at least it kind of works. Yeah, people get fucking gluttony, way too rich. Yeah, and they're greedy.
How does it work if there's...
And then a lot of people are working and supporting their families. If not, the government has enough.
How does it work if it still sustains slavery?
To help the people. And if you replace that with some kind of socialism or communism, then everyone's going to be equally fucking poor and starving.
Why?
Those have already proven not to work. At least our system, maybe it's not going to last forever.
First of all, no, it hasn't been proven not to work. That's just a thing Ben Shapiro told you.
In communism.
No, you're incorrect. You are looking at the way rich people, a few rich people, are living their life and go, that's worth all the slavery and poverty. You're just making assertions about socialism and communism that you don't know.
No, I'm not saying it's worth it. I told you that's a bad thing.
John,
if I could fix that, I would.
John, I'm still talking.
If I could do something, what are you going to do about that? How are you going to fix it then?
Socialism. And John, if you don't, and if people don't conform to it,
that
number, John, I'm not done talking. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Countries, it makes everyone poor.
John, don't ask me questions if you don't actually want to hear the answer. Because you're talking over me while I'm answering. Right now, we are faced with an incoming crisis because automation and AI is innovating at a level that is not sustainable. Redistribution of wealth is our only way out of it. So you all better hope you're wrong about socialism because you have nothing else to save you. If you're one of the rich people, John, if you're not one of the rich people, you're on our side. And at a certain point, all these talks of, well, we can't help because that would be socialism when we're not even talking about socialism at some of those levels. Just like universal health care, housing, and the like isn't actually achieving socialism. You can have those in more socially aware capitalist communities, but they won't even do those because they call it socialism, and then go, because this country in the past failed before we faced this type of crisis and income inequality. Here's the thing, John. You can sit there and say it's not going to work all you like, but at least this one that has slavery and poverty works a little bit. At a certain point, there's enough people with slavery and poverty where we go, there's billions of us. We can just go take it. We can just go end the rich. And so I'm here as a communicator to say, I don't want the rich to all get killed and eaten. So continuing to just act like, well, you're poor, but at least the system's working and we can't do something that someone might call socialism to solve this, that's going to result in a lot of dead millionaires. I'm not advocating for dead millionaires. I am repeating what happens throughout history. And you kind of just let them eat cake to a lot of people who are already in that position here, John. So, John, the reason why you need to get past this dumb socialism will definitely not work, it just can't work, is because if you don't, you're going to find yourself on one side of the barbecue sauce or another.
Well, I just look at history and where it's been implemented. It hasn't.
Great. Where has actual socialism been implemented that didn't work?
Call me stupid if you want, but
go ahead.
It seems to me in nations where they had it.
Where did socialism?
Where did socialism failed or whatever?
John, where has socialism truly been tried?
Not
interfered with by. Hang on, I'm not done. Not interfered by with capitalist. Not interfered by capitalist countries, and then failed.
Not interfered by capitalist countries.
Yes, in other words, the capitalists didn't contemptuously go, we right now are going to target
North Korea. How about North Korea? They're pretty much left alone.
North Korea is an authoritarian state, therefore they can't be socialist. Authoritarianism is incompatible with socialism.
North Korea operates off of juche, which is its own economic system. It's neither capitalist nor socialist.
Can you own your own business and own your own property? Are you free in that country?
It's pronounced. Wait, again, North Korea runs its own economic.
The right thing or not.
Again, North Korea runs its own economic system. It's called juche. It is neither capitalist nor communist nor socialist. It's its own specific thing.
The authoritarianism means fascist. So why would we defend? When you're asking, can you own a company? And why would it matter if you can own a company in North Korea? That's not an example of a socialist country.
Okay. So your answer is redistribution of wealth.
It's not even my answer. It is the only answer, because you've already acknowledged that the hardest working people are not the ones with the money, but you believe they are the ones who deserve it. Laborers deserve money.
I mean, not all of exceptions, of course.
Laborers deserve the money to live. In fact, what you're describing, the people who work the hardest deserve stuff. How about just people who work, people who contribute, people who exist, because we also have to take care of the disabled, deserve to live with dignity. I don't know, something like from each according to their ability, to each according to their need. That sounds like a fair system. You acknowledge that the system is currently
not everyone has the IQ like you do. The world kind of needs a
you don't need everybody.
You can't give everybody $50 an hour.
John,
country will last about another 5 years if you give everybody $30 a livable wage.
If your point was so strong, you wouldn't have had to change the numbers to $40 or $50. You're now exaggerating. You're engaging in hyperbole because your point is dog shit. John, you have acknowledged that the system is unfair. I am saying the rich have disproportionately taken money from labor. Hang on, John, I'm not done.
Utopia.
John, I'm not done. You need to hear it all so
I'd let you talk. I'd let you talk quite a bit.
You haven't let me talk at all, John. This is my show. Only I let you talk. That's all that ever happened. So, John, I'm going to now set up the whole question for you because we're trying to engage with the thing that you set up as your objection. John, you've already acknowledged that the system is not fair, that the rich do not work the hardest, and that many people who work hard are not rich and in fact are poor. So if income redistribution, if taking the wealth that the rich have hoarded and redistributing it to the poor who are working, who are parts of our society, who do deserve to have dignity, shelter, healthcare, and all of that, if that is not the solution, what is the solution? And John, if your solution is the same as last time, which was essentially, yeah, you just have to sit there and accept it, even though I don't believe in that philosophy, then we have no need to continue talking. You are an ineffective, uncaring asshole at that point. So, John, if you're not an uncaring asshole, what is the solution to the income distribution problem we have right now? I'm unmuting you now.
It's a fucking proven failure, dude. Fucking, we're the greatest country in the world. And it's because we're fucking capitalists.
No, we're not the greatest country in the world.
Can't talk to these fucking fags no more.
Damn.
Dude, you literally just you didn't even give an answer. I set up the question, just wanted to know what your answer was, and you essentially bore your testimony of American patriotic capitalism. What a little, and you called me the F slur? I gotta be honest, I was tempted to throw it right back at you. What a little bitch. Truly. When MAGA sends their debaters, they're not sending their best. They're idiots. They're low IQ. Goodness sakes.
That's
Goodness sakes.
Brother said, yeah, why did I catch strays in that?
When did you catch strays?
Well, I assumed he was calling both of us slur because he said it with a S on the end of it.
You are appropriating queer culture on your head.
Oh, true.
True.
I almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'm wearing your identity like a costume.
Thank you. The furries are ours, not yours.
Furries are back in town.
See, for every joke, I do want to point out that I consider furries part of my army.
I would put furries in the socialist army before I even put them in the LGBTQ army.
First of all, socialism is also queer. Socialism is in the LGBTQ community, first of all. Let's be so honest here. Just because you haven't figured that out yet.
It's
one in chat if you agree that socialism is gay and that's why we love it. Who you like the most?
Have I told you about the thing I do now where we say if people notice my cat ear? Oh wait. More important than that. Tell me that shit wasn't fucking hilarious.
Dude, that killed me when I finally saw it. Was that version Sean's dad or was that
No,
yeah,
this is from
Sean's
50 First Dates. Yeah, but this is him in 50 First Dates, Blake Clark. You
would have been funnier to have him playing pool in Community.
You forget how the fact that he's been in every Adam Sandler movie ever made until you start going through his IMDb. And he's literally been in all of them. But that dude sounded exactly like Blake Clark. Someone said Wade Jovan isn't gay. Hate to break it to you. I'm straighter than an arrow.
Guys, I got to tell you, I was surprised too, but he likes ladies. I found out. Exclusively. He did not seem to enjoy it when he came to visit. I thought we had a nice time, but whatever, I guess. Maybe I'm just not good at it. I don't know.
Listen, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
We tested whether he was gay or not. He didn't care for it.
Yeah, anytime somebody's like, how do you know if you tried? I'm like, yeah, it wasn't for me.
Yeah. By the way, some people have tried and they've been like, you know what? I don't like this. And that's fine. That's fine, guys. That's allowed. That's an allowed way to find out.
I mean, do you know how many like spicy actors, how many porn stars are actually gay?
Dude, at a certain point, you're getting it so much where you're just like, an orgasm's an orgasm, a hole's a hole. Who cares?
Jovan's biggest flaws. Hey, everybody's
heterosexuality.
I can't remember that person that me and Arden once talked to back when Arden used to debate. We talked to his name was Brick. He said something along the lines of like, everything's good with the lights are off. Like, yow.
Surprised or disappointed? Cole, same reason I'm not into Forrest while acknowledging Forrest as a handsome man with very attractive qualities. I'm not into tall guys. I like very feminine, twinkish people. I said people because there are feminine, non-binary, AFAB individuals who are twinkish who are also very hot.
I somewhat believe Jimmy is lying.
About?
I don't think you're bisexual. I think you're too straight-coded.
This is like, and I got in trouble when I pointed out, I'm trying to remember how to word it. This is legitimately, he takes an issue with everything if he can get away with it. And that was the most biphobic, anti-queer, bigoted bullshit he just said. And we're just going to let it ride. I'm sorry I'm not bisexual enough for you.
Did you ever see that fucking that TikTok where the guy was like, how come every polyamorous couple looks like that?
But they don't.
That's all he said.
That's really all hot poly people.
And then a bunch of polyamorous people, anytime one of them like would stitch his video, he would just respond with their stitch and just him on camera just being like,
yeah, but that's easy. That's so easy to do. That's like being like, why does every conservative look like this? And then only show the conservatives that look like that responding.
No,
that wouldn't be hard to do.
What I find funny about it is it was like he never explained, and it's just every person that responded, he basically said.
But that's what I'm saying. Not every person that responded. Every person that responded that he then edited into his video. Laugh.
I thought it was funny.
You are it's guys. It's listen.
Cancel me if you want.
It's something that he will deconstruct from. Unfortunately, it is. Nah. I know from a lot of black polyamorous and a lot of black queer people, they face this in black communities. It's hard.
What was Caleb Herron's one bi joke, or was it Brittany Broski made a bi joke that people hated so much? What was the bi joke that people were so mad about? By the way,
you can be a polyamorous couple. Somebody wrote polyamorous couple. Yeah, there are lots of them. People who. Glenda Jordan, who is not the meme that Jovan's trying to talk about right now, has a husband, I think, or at least partner, and they are but they are both very polyamorous. She gives the polyamory lectures. I don't know.
It made me laugh at the time.
I don't know. All right, let's come back to. I'm just glad you look as bad as me for once. All right,
please tell us more about the black community.
You're welcome.
Jovan to make your hole deeper. Hey, yo. You got to go dig those holes.
Dig it up, boom, dig it.
2 shoes, 2 tokens in hand. That shit used to slap. I used to unironically jam to the whole soundtrack.
Todd in Florida, you're on the line with Jimmy and Jovan.
I got no respect because I'm the new man.
Wait, you said Todd?
Yeah, that's Todd.
Hey, what's up? All right.
You're Todd, right?
So, all right.
So I saw one of the.
Yeah. So I can come over here with. So first off, I'm not MAGA. I don't. That's not really my ideology. I came here because I saw one of the things that says Christianity is bad for America, and I'm not saying it isn't. I'm saying some forms are. But my question is,
which forms aren't?
What exactly is your replacement, or what would be exactly like the way that you can
humanism? That's the answer. The answer is secular humanism. So now I'll come back to what you were saying. That some of them are bad. Which ones are good for America?
I mean, I would say like first off, I can start with the ones that are bad.
No, I don't care. We all know the ones that are bad. That's not interesting to anybody here. Christianity, you said some of them. That implies that some of them are good or neutral. Which ones are good or neutral?
So for me, I say like Catholicism. Sorry. So I'm a Christian, but like I Catholicism, like, and now it does come with like rules with that, and for me, like I do follow it. But I also, like, there's things that I don't also obey.
So they're not Catholicism. So you don't actually think Catholicism's good for America. You believe that your version, you believe that Todd's Catholicism
I still believe that
is
there's
good.
a God, but
Hey, can I ask you a question, Todd?
Respect the societal norms, as in, like gays should be accepted.
It's weird that his example of good for America Christianity was one of the worst ones.
Yeah. Hey, Todd, can I ask you a question? Serious one?
Yeah. I mean, I get that,
beautiful.
but the thing is that
am I high?
Todd,
everybody follows.
Todd. Jovan's trying to ask you a question.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Todd. I'm sorry.
Beautiful. Todd, do you believe that a giant flood happened and wiped out everybody on the planet except for 8 people who then had to use incest to repopulate everybody?
When you put it like that, no.
Okay, the book says this did happen. So wouldn't it be better? Todd, hold on. If the book tells me this happened, and I know it didn't happen, which means the book is either lying or incorrect about something, wouldn't it make sense to not use that book as a basis for building a society?
Now, the thing is that with that, I feel like it's more of like an allegory with
brother.
Great. So Todd, thank you, Todd. That demonstrates my point. Christianity is bad for America because it doesn't make clear which parts of it are literal and which parts are an allegory, and it relies on the individual to decide whether or not the world can be so evil for being autonomous, because that's what their sins were. Homosexuality, their sins were being autonomous. Don't get me wrong, I don't like the slavery and shit either, but that can't be what God was destroying the world for, because God sets up an institution of slavery in the Bible and endorses it. So it's not the slavery, it's not the violence. No one's more violent than God. It seems to be the homosexuality and the independence. So it establishes that God on multiple occasions can say, if you're too independent, you're too autonomous, you're worth destroying. And whether or not that's meant to be a metaphor or not is never made clear. Oh, and by the way, while you're saying it's meant to be a metaphor, you believe that the sacrifice of Jesus is real. Therefore, presumably, you believe the second coming is real. Therefore, presumably, you believe he's going to essentially do that again. Destroy all of the people who are too independent. And so even if you don't believe that Noah's flood happened before, you literally believe Jesus is going to come back to do essentially what Noah's flood did in the first place, destroy every non-believer. I don't know, man. I don't think Jesus is much better than Noah's flood.
The thing is that I personally don't really believe that. I do believe that, yes, God exists, because first off, I do believe that also Big Bang exists.
If you don't believe that, you're not Christian. I'm sorry. If you don't believe that the story of Jesus is that he came back to die for your sins and that a second coming is going to happen to purify the earth of evil, then you aren't actually a Christian. You're a guy. You believe in Toddism, which I still think is bad because you're still essentially believing in untrue magic shit, and you are accepting that faith is an acceptable foundation upon which to believe things, which means you have no basis to tell a Nazi who believes in his white supremacist ideology based on faith that he is wrong, since you're accepting yours on faith. So you don't get a win on that. But you don't even believe in Christianity. You believe in Toddism. And I believe I hear my voice back because Jovan moved his headphones forward.
Oh, shit, my bad.
I liked the Naruto vibes.
But, yeah, that's just how but that's not really what I was trying to answer. What I was trying to answer is, how are we going to, make that change for other people's ideologies without them fighting back? Because, obviously, if you do this...
What do you mean without them fighting back? You're literally fighting back right now, Todd. Todd, you're fighting back against it right now.
Then that's proving my point. How would we...
No, it isn't. When did we say that it
How would we be able to,
we can't
get these people...
There will be a fight. To transition to secular humanism will require fighting, like you and I are fighting now. There is no version of it without a fight. So, straight up, there is no answer for peace, then. What is peace? Are you and I not fighting in a peaceful way? Are you going to die tonight because you've been so humiliated?
No, we are. But how you're saying
we're literally trying to do a peaceful way by winning because we're correct. There is no evidence for God. The Bible is untrue. That is all demonstrable.
But everybody is not going to be. Everybody's not going to be like us.
We don't need everybody. We just need enough people to have a secular humanist society. I don't need it to be 100%.
But at the end of the day, in a country like that, that's going to require everybody. That's going to require teamwork.
No, it doesn't.
And
Finland for the most part has a secular humanist society. The Netherlands have secular humanist societies. There are lots of secular humanist societies already existing, and within them are Christians who actually even experience more freedom and like their lives better than a lot of Americans Christians do, because you also have to worry about being the wrong kind of Christian here. A secular humanist society benefits the religious as well, because it says Mormons and Catholics and Muslims and everybody else, you guys get to do what you want as long as you are not violating the autonomy of others. What you do for yourself, notwithstanding, you can't violate the autonomy of others. And so they get to go and worship the way they want to worship. A Christian nation doesn't extend that kind of shit. Freedom of belief, freedom of expression, freedom of self-determination. They don't give you any of that shit. You have the freedom to be a Christian, which isn't freedom.
Mm-hmm. But how would you argue with people who are not Christian? Because I believe that they have the right to believe what they want to believe. I believe that people who believe in Judaism have the right to believe in Judaism.
Jovan, are you ready to argue with Jews and Muslims? I don't know if we thought about that.
Like, the thing is that
I'm excited.
I don't I personally believe that, but I do respect their beliefs. I do also look into their beliefs and
they're not true. None of the other religions are true either.
So then that's pretty much the answer is.
What belief system do the majority? Which religion are most Americans?
I feel like I can go further.
Pretty much Christianity.
So if Jovan and I only dedicate the rest of our lives to getting rid of Christianity in America using peaceful methods of arguing it away and proving it's not true, will we ever run out of work to do?
No, you would not run out of work.
So why are we worried about this future society where, and we're not even only dedicated, we're literally fighting all the others too. Why are we doing this? But eventually, when all of that's done and there's still some guys who live in caves and believe in the God of the sun and they're eating each other's poop. Do we just give up on improving society with secular humanism because those guys are going to eat some poop one day?
I'm doing thumbnail shots.
Hell yeah. This is me turning into sand.
But yeah, I just wanted to know what was your answer to getting people.
Todd, my answer is you should get over Christianity. It's definitely untrue. Jesus, a man, may have existed. Jesus the Christ definitely did not exist. There was no miracle worker. There was no man who resurrected. There was no empty tomb, in that there wasn't a tomb filled with a body that then walked out of there. You are superstitious, and you are supporting, regardless of whether or not you agree with them, you are supporting this societal ideal that it is normal and not totally strange to believe in Christianity, and that the foundations upon which people accept Christianity are normal and not totally unreasonable and illogical. Get over it. Grow up, please. Read the Bible where it says, when I was a child, I spoke as a child, but when I was no longer a child, I put childish things aside. The Bible is a childish thing. Put it aside.
All right. I'll be sure to read more into it. All right. Thank you so much.
Bye. Which one you want? Can I listen to you argue with a transphobe?
I'll do whatever.
Chris, you're on the line with Jimmy and Jovan. I hope you brought your science with you.
No, come on, dude. Chris, what the fuck, bro?
I think I triggered Jovan last time he talked to me.
Oh my God! Because you're calling with the same argument.
The irony
and it's
of
going to be the
conservatives.
Same conversation that we had less than 8 hours ago.
conservatives like
we didn't finish the conversation. You cut me off.
Yeah, we did. Triggered. You agreed with my syllogism completely. You agreed with my P1.
I agreed.
You agreed with my P2, meaning you agree with my conclusion. Because you agreed with my P1, you agreed with my P2. So there's no way around the fact that you agreed with my conclusion. Yo, coming up next is Aaron. Can I go over what happened? Fuck out of here.
Can you tell me what happened? Like I believe you over Jovan? Oh my God! Go buy some shoes, you idiot! Fucking Christ, and run the fuck away.
God. I'll send you. Did you put it back in the queue? Yes. I'll send you the call later today. We already had a 25-minute conversation with this man today on this exact, literally, Jimmy, on the exact same thing. And I asked him to tell me why it ought to be the case that gender only is defined by biological sex, and he couldn't do it, and instead pivoted to race because he couldn't provide an ought.
Chris, if there's time after Aaron's call, we might come back to you. Stay on the line. We'll see what happens. Stranger things have happened. Okay.
They're testing me today. They're all testing me.
Aaron from Colorado. I hope you're worthy of that place. Aaron in Colorado, you are on the line with Jimmy and Jovan. What up? Aaron. Aaron from Colorado. Tap your screen,
I had my
Aaron.
phone on mute for a long time.
Okay, Aaron. What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, that I remember they said to take it off speaker.
Okay.
So I think Christianity has done a lot of good for the United States.
Doesn't matter.
Hitler did a lot of good for the Germans, but like we still didn't like him.
Yeah, the trains ran on time.
I think Christianity is still doing a lot of good for the United States.
Is it doing a lot of bad for the United States?
I would say that the bad does not erase the. I would say the bad does not erase the good.
Aaron,
but
that wasn't your question. Aaron, you are already arguing so dishonestly. Because that wasn't your question. Nobody asked whether you believe the bad erases the good because it's not relevant remotely. It's still doing bad. And so you had told the screener, we're saying the same kind of crap they do in Israel. That belongs in the 20th century. It's harmful. No, it fucking isn't, because we're advocating for a transition to secular humanism. And here's what that would mean, Aaron. Secular humanism would mean every good thing you got out of Christianity, you'd still get. And none of the bad stuff. In all fairness,
I called an hour ago and didn't remember what my original frame was.
I didn't care about that either.
About 30 minutes ago. I didn't remember what my frame was. But yes, I did have an actual point.
All the good that comes with Christianity.
The actual point that I was making.
Christ.
Yeah.
So that's me muting you because you aren't responding to what I just said, and now you're trying to move it somewhere else. So the point I did make, Aaron, was you do not have to have all of the bad things to get the good things. And that's why it is good to advocate for putting Christianity in the rear view, because anything you can claim is good about Christianity need not come at the cost of the myriad bad things. Now I will unmute you, and you can engage in the point made to you. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, my bad, dude. So ultimately, one of my big problems with it is how it's framed. I really think that when we're attacking the religion as a whole, sure, you can talk about like the Catholic Church has sex scandals, evangelicals may have problems within their how they view their denominations or their
Christianity is untrue, and the Bible supports slavery and sexism and establishes marriage as an institution of sexual slavery.
Sure.
Right. These are the things we can talk about that are institutional. And what?
Sure. Like, you look at any religion, you're going to be able to point at, like, this is that.
Good, let's get rid of those ones, too.
Yeah, you're going to be able to point at any of them. That doesn't erase the point of faith and believing in something good. It doesn't erase any.
Yep. All religion's bad. You're right. Yep. Yep, we should get rid of all religion. Yep, keep going.
So like making a maximalist argument is the same type of crap, and only like this type of format and like having call-in viewers and this type of crap only serves to like, I don't know, some type of superiority complex or like.
Hey, Aaron, since you said I have a maximalist view of it, how many people do I think should die in the name of shifting to secular humanism?
So you're shifting goalposts now, right?
No, I'm not, because you accuse me of having a maximalist view, which would imply that I believe in removing all religions at any cost. The maximalist view would be eliminating all who are not secular humanists, either by insisting upon they change or die. If I have a maximalist view, and those are the types of views from last century you're trying to compare me to. You're trying to make this out like advocating for getting rid of all religion via winning the argument and showing that secular humanism is a better way is the same kind of things the Nazis do. And you're being an absolute dishonest fucking idiot about it.
This type of hyper-individualistic society where people are scrolling through and finding your type of content, wanting to dial in, like it's only going to like have this compounding effect where people are like, oh no, I'm going to show him, I'm going to believe it's you're not convincing anyone of anything. Your audience is only going to feel superior about something.
You're incorrect. We have lots and lots of letters and emails that are evidence that we've actually changed a lot of people's minds. So the fact that this offends you and you don't want it. Excuse me, I'm not done. Excuse me, I'm not done, Aaron. The fact that you have vibes about what you think is actually going on here is not any level of evidence or proof. And to say that it's a parasocial dynamic, considering that a lot of the people who like listening to me argue also hate me as a person and think I would be terrible to hang out with, kind of undermines that. I'm not known as the social guy. I'm known as the guy you want to send to debate for you. Aaron, I don't care about what your vibes are and what your interpretation of it is when you are sitting here essentially saying ignore all the bad, no matter how bad it is, and embrace the good of these ideologies when all of the ideologies are bad and none of the good.
Now you're putting words in my mouth, buddy.
And none of the good. Oh my God, you are not going to.
Now you're putting words in my mouth.
Are you fucking serious, Aaron? I'm putting words in your mouth? Have you experienced ever talking to you before? Fucking Jesus Christ, you accused me of having a maximalist secular humanist position. And I'm putting words in your mouth by perhaps being a little bit fast with the way I represent the words you said before. You literally described, you said to the screener, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. That literally is the position of the good it does is good enough to ignore the bad it does and let it to continue on. It isn't a baby. It's a little fucking demon shit, and we should throw it away. You've got a maximalist view. Don't put words in my mouth. Bah! You know what, Aaron? You can talk to Jovan now. I'm tired of your dumbass.
All right. Anyways, Jovan, I think that's a reductionist view to what I'm saying about how the church functions as an institution and what it's done for the United States.
The church.
Ultimately, in terms of
more
having
harm than good.
No, I think the church has done a lot more positive in terms of like having a community center. In terms of the whole history of the country, having a community center where people.
Potentially.
Aaron, you white? Aaron, are you white?
Relevant?
I just want to know before you continue to tell the black guy how the church didn't do. Yeah, because you're telling a black guy about how the church hasn't harmed America more than it's done good. So, Aaron, are you white?
Okay, so you're trying to make a point before I can finish my point, right?
Yeah, correct. Are you white? I just want to know the framing before we keep going, because I want to keep hearing about how the church did more good than bad, and I want to know if I'm listening to a white guy tell a black guy about it.
Yes, and what's the relevance of my race in the context of this conversation?
White Aaron is going to tell the black guy how much better the church has done for America than bad. Continue on. Sorry for jumping in there, Jovan. I heard a white voice and felt I needed to establish this as one of my assholes.
One of your assholes.
Unfortunately, I'm grouped with these freaks.
Yeah, Aaron, I just don't know how we can say the church has done more good than harm when it was foundational in keeping chattel slavery alive.
It was also foundational in trying to end chattel slavery. Like you have different churches in different parts that had different interpretations.
Aaron, if I came to your house and just started punching you in the face,
Here's the thing. Christianity is not a monolith. Christianity is not a monolith. One person's interpretation, one church's interpretation is not the same. The Quakers are not the Shakers, are not the Seventh-day Adventists, are not the evangelicals.
Aaron, if I came over to your house and started punching
some
you in the
work
face,
to end slavery, some work to keep slavery. Some split off because they were super hyper racist.
All right, Chris, you get another chance. So let's explain to you why your thing was wrong earlier, Chris. All right, Chris, you said the syllogism, and I'll repeat it here so that Jimmy has it today. You said the syllogism. How we look at race today is not, I saved this, by the way. I still have it from earlier in today's call. How we look at race today is not a government classifier. Just like gender, there's a biological and social aspect of race. This makes race analogous to gender. However, when I said this syllogism, you agreed with it. Category whose legal definitions and boundaries are established and enforced by governments or state classifications. You said yes. Throughout history, governments have established, revised, and enforced legal definitions of racial categories. You said yes. Conclusion, therefore, race is a state classification, which would have to be a yes because you agreed with P1, P2. Race, the classifier, let me finish. I don't know why you would start talking. So race, the classifier, was created and enforced through legal systems and through a state. If you want to go, well, the state didn't create skin color and the state didn't create ancestry, beautiful, but the state created the legal categories and the classifications and the consequences associated with race. Any other interpretation of that is ahistoric and idiotic.
Okay, so do you know there was a recent Title IX Supreme Court decision that extended the protections only to biological females, not all people that identify as a woman? That's because there's also a legal perspective of what a woman is, right? And a lot of states have it on their IDs. Here's my thing. Yes, it's a legal definition.
There's no way he just said that.
It's also a social construct.
There's no way.
Can I at least say that part? Jovan,
there's no way.
I'm still stuck on we started the fire, but don't we get credit for putting it out?
Jimmy, can I tell you what happened when we talked the first time with Jovan?
Do you think I'm going to believe you more than I believe Jovan? If Jovan, okay, you can tell me what happens, but if Jovan says that isn't what happened, will you give us $100?
That's what's funny is I can just play
let's not play the whole call. So basically, I called and I said, "Why? How do you?"
Because you couldn't.
Well, I'll just summarize it.
You couldn't provide an ought to your statement that we ought only define gender via sex, age, and species. I asked why we ought do that. You said because it's tradition. Then when I started to argue about this and say, well, let's debate the oughts, you went, well, because if we do it your way, then we can just do this with race too. I said, I don't want to go down that route because it's just going to be 15 minutes of me having to explain to you the creation of race, which it was. You then gave a terrible syllogism, which I wrote down and then gave to Jimmy, your exact syllogism. I then gave a counter syllogism that you agreed with. So I don't know why we're still here.
Can I say,
I know why we're here because you then left the call defined to like how many hours to come up with a counter argument?
No. What you came up with the counter argument because you? Okay, sorry, Jovan.
I came up with my counter argument on the spot while we were debating.
Listen.
There's no way.
You said that your syllogism proved that race is a legal definition, right? And I do not disagree that it's a legal definition, but it's also a social construct.
No, I said it's a proof.
Do you not think race is a social construct?
It's an external classification system placed upon us by a state. That's what my syllogism proves. That it's an external classification system put upon us by a state.
Well, gender is an external classification.
Why you agreed.
Gender is also an external classification placed upon us by biology. So what's the difference?
Incorrect.
Why is biology important for gender, but not important for race?
Biology disagrees with you, actually.
Wait, so there's no difference between male and female that we can use that as the criteria, right?
That is
traditionally
that is
gender was
Stop right now.
Okay, but
what you're doing is you're begging the question.
Okay, but is it not true that traditionally gender has always been tied to biological sex?
I've never claimed gender and sex don't have a link. That's you not understanding my arguments.
Well, the thing is, I'm trying to understand the link because you're saying that the definition for woman, for example, is based on self-identity, right? But there is no biology involved in that definition. So why do we prioritize the social aspect?
There's no There's no biology in self-identity. So if I self-identify to
psychology.
you, hey Chris, is there any psychology is part of biology. You know that brains are biological, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So if I tell you I suffer from generalized anxiety disorder, is that a non-biological self-identification, or is there a link between biology
it as a psychological one, but yes, it's biological.
Hey, Chris.
In a general sense.
Do you think that perhaps the rest of my sentence might have informed the question you needed to answer?
I apologize. I interrupted you. Yeah, go ahead.
You do it every time, so apologies usually come.
I'm going to try not to. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Chris, a biological link doesn't mean that it has to be definitive. In fact, even among cisgender people, we understand this because you know, as well as I do, Chris, that we discuss spectrums of how much of a man we cisgender men are. Chris, you're 5'8", right?
I'm 5'10".
So 5'8", and I'm 6'2".
Okay, 5'8", yeah.
Many people would consider me more of a man than you because I would tower over you. So there is a thing with a biological link that we are men. Heights are being used to describe our manliness, whether that is correct or not. The spectrum and the evaluation of other people identifying a spectrum within cisgender manness even has. And of course, height, also things like I would work, whereas you do the tea parties. All those things. There are lots of things that we consider make you more or less of a man that have nothing to do with anything you can choose and have nothing to do with the fact that you do or don't have a penis and balls, and it is or is not impressive.
I just want to give, I wrote down another one.
Okay.
I want to give another syllogism because I just feel like it's the easiest way to get through to Chris.
Can I respond to Jimmy first?
Let's see if you P1, let's see if you agree with this. A classification should be based on the property that best distinguishes membership in that category. True or false?
That best distinguishes yes, I think that would be a good assumption.
Right. A property that best distinguishes one gender from another is an individual's internal sense of gender, not merely their biological sex. Do you agree?
No, not at all. That's very ambiguous, what the internal sense of gender is. People are confused. Yes, because it's very ambiguous.
What property then would you say best determines somebody's which property of biological sex is not a singular property? So which property? Or to make it simpler for you, what's the necessary condition meant for someone to be a woman?
So are you saying that the difference between man and woman is so ambiguous that you cannot say anything definitive?
No, that's not at all what I said. What I asked you to do is you said, no, there is a property that more best distinguishes gender, and it's biological sex. So what is that specific property?
DJ Glenn in chat is sad that he's short, but only people under 6 feet lie about their add 2 inches to their height. Once you're over 6 feet, you don't feel the need to.
Okay. Well, I'm 5'10", but anyway, why? Jovan, Jimmy distracted me. What was your question again about, shoot, I can't remember what you just said. I was going to reply to what you just said.
If biological sex is the best trait or best property to distinguish gender, what is the specific trait of biological sex that we should be using to distinguish gender?
Well, biological sex is distinct. Well, like the category for biological sex is the reproductive role specifically. So if you are of the nature of bearing children, then you're considered a female.
So I don't do of the nature. I don't do of the nature because biology doesn't do of the nature. If you went into a biology class and you said, well, this thing is of this nature, they would laugh in your face until you'd leave. That's not how biology works. Well, there must be a trait that associates you with reproduction what would that trait be? What is the necessary thing that is required of someone to be a woman? What must they possess?
Well, like I know that there's 5 sex characteristics, I think, that most people kind of go to. And so all of those characteristics either lean more feminine or more masculine. So I would say in a general sense, someone that leans more masculine would be a male.
A trans woman who has undergone enough medical reassignment surgeries and or practices in which more of her 5 sex traits lean more feminine than masculine would be considered a woman to you.
Well, which sex traits exactly are malleable? Because
most of them. The only one that isn't is chromosomes.
Like reproductive organization, is that malleable? Like your
yes,
your genitalia.
Yep.
Like through surgery.
Hormone production. Your hormone profile is malleable. Your internal and external genitalias are malleable.
By the way,
well, could you call
Chris,
that
if you and I literally pull out our genitals, people will make assumption about our manliness when they compare them.
See, so now
because of their malleability.
From Jimmy's point is about, he's describing the social expectations of men, right? That is by itself. I don't know why we're going. The reason why,
I don't know why we're going back to Jimmy's point. The reason you're going back to Jimmy's point is because you have no answer for my point.
I'll go back to you. Okay. So I could say that there is atypical cases of where sex is a little bit ambiguous, right?
No, you can't.
The exceptions don't define the category.
Not if we're trying to. Yes, they do every single time. Can a square be a square if one? Stop talking. Can a square be a square if we happen to find a square that does not have a 90-degree angle? No, it can't.
So do you think there?
Because when it comes to categorization and the way you're doing it, what you're doing is you're creating what we in the business call exclusionary categories. You're saying that there are things that cannot fit into this category, no matter what they do, which means there must be some trait that grants you access into this category. But if you say, well, there are some cases where even if you don't possess this trait, you still get into the category, then you can't bar trans women from the category because they don't have the trait either. It's like basic logic.
Just because there are some exceptions, though, because just the exception itself.
If I say I have a road and no red cars can drive on that road, and I let in a red car, did red cars drive on the road? Yes. So I was wrong when I said no red cars could drive on the road. Correct.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying
either these things exist or they don't exist. That's what a binary is, Chris.
But there's a difference between saying all females can, let's say just have the ability to bear children, versus females as a category are
not even all people you accept as females have the ability to bear children.
But that's what I'm trying to say. It's not about, I'm not saying that all women can bear children. I'm saying that women as a group have the
difference is
the species that bears children.
Now we're talking about what property.
The species.
We're talking about what property
not the species, the category.
One gender from another. You can't look at this and now say, but it's these properties with all of these exceptions. That's not how that works.
No, I can't. I can't give you a very specific thing that makes you a male or female. You're right about that. I don't say that there is a very specific thing.
I would argue that biological sex, because you can't give a specific, then your property, your distinguisher, is not better than my distinguisher, because my distinguisher can separate men from women almost 100%. In fact, 100%.
No, come on. Identity can be very ambiguous.
You don't even know what mine is.
Yeah, yours is based on identity. You told me your definition of women.
How is it based on?
And it's about identity.
How does it work? How does it work?
Identity, that someone's gender identity aligns with their schema of what a female is.
Yep.
That's an identity-based definition.
How is that not 100% accurate 100% of the time?
Because people are very confused about a lot of the times, especially when they're first becoming transgender. There's a lot of confusion about whether or not they see them. You don't think there's confusion? Do you not know anybody in the LGBT community that might have some confusion about whether or not they're male or female?
Please, sir, may I have some proof?
Or not whether or not they're male or female, whether or not their gender identity aligns with male or female.
Please, sir, may I have some proof?
Okay, do you want me to look up like a case where like somebody is like non-binary, for example, they identify as non-binary?
If they're non-binary, if they're non-binary, their gender identity would align with a schema that does not revolve around men and women. So that would also still be my proof. Thank you.
Wait, so,
that would still count for me, but hate to break it to you.
So your argument is that because identity encompasses all gender spectrum, everything in the gender spectrum, that biology is no longer the better distinguishing category.
My argument
that essentially what
is
you're
that
saying?
The property that best distinguishes one gender from another is in individual's internal sense of their gender and not a strictly biological trait. Thanks for playing. Me and Jimmy are out of time today. Have a good rest of your day, Chris.
No, we got another minute. I want to know because people...
You want to take it, Jimmy? Jimmy wants
I just have some questions because I love hearing people like this act like they are so familiar. And the thing, this is Dunning-Kruger in effect, I think. Generally, it is people who are like, hey, I've heard a lot of arguments about this, so I can present like I am familiar with the subject matter. And so I want to find out whether or not Chris is familiar with the subject matter. So first things first, what is a gene?
Genetics, right? So like your DNA.
Nope, it's not your DNA. What specifically is a gene?
It's like one gene defines a specific trait, physical traits, right? Like you can have a gene for blue eyes, or you can have genes for different physical.
What is the gene? You were close. You started with it you were closer with your first answer.
What is a gene? A gene,
yes.
Like so I know what chromosomes are, and there's genes along the chromosomes that define different.
So I'm just going to give it to you. A gene is a segment of DNA, and what does it carry?
Segment, okay. Information, like the biological, how biology should behave, right? Genetic information.
At least you're getting close. You're getting closer. Instructions for basically making specific proteins. Those proteins are what turn into the traits that you're referring to. Great. Great.
Okay.
Love it. Where does most DNA exist in a human cell?
In the nucleus of your cell.
What is a zygote?
It's a fertilized egg.
What does a zygote do?
It grows into a baby, goes through the development stages of pregnancy, one of the development stages of pregnancy.
What does a zygote do? After it's fertilized, what does it do? Grow is a weird descriptor of it.
It attaches to like the uterine wall, and then it begins to go. Because I know what a zygote is, but what does it do? Like it's combining DNA, right? Like of two sides of the.
Okay, you've probably seen the image of it. I'm asking you like the most basic thing. You see a circle, and then it does something. It goes from there to bloop. It's a circle, and then it's what? How many circles?
Oh, it multiplies. It like
divides.
Divides, yes. That's
repeatedly. Yeah. What's a blastocyst?
A blastocyst.
Cyst.
Blastocyst. Is that? I'm not sure. I haven't heard of that one. Can you tell me?
Yeah, it's a hollow ball of cells that form early in development and eventually implants into the uterine wall. What's an embryo?
Oh, that's what implants. Okay.
What's the difference between an embryo and a zygote?
Well, are they both fertilized? Is one fertilized and one not?
Mm-hmm.
They're both fertilized.
Mm-hmm.
So that is it the zygote before the embryo? So the embryo is once it's actually attached.
So and here's the thing: is I can hear you're trying to work it out in your head, and these are the most basics. By the way, these are the most basics. You've done poorly on most of them, but you've gotten around to the answer. These are the most basic. You're not doing good on them, and we're meant to believe. Like if we were going to get a little bit more advanced, do you want to get more advanced, or do you feel like it would just be?
No, well, I just want to see what the point is here because I'm trying to.
Because you're speaking like you have some sort of argument that is anything besides your political and religious view. When these are not things you understand, you earlier stated that it's psychology, not biology, as though there is a meaningful distinction. Psychology is a biological science. There isn't.
It is.
You are studying the brain. It's an organ. What is an organ?
An organ is one of the parts of your body that is meant to function a certain way, like your liver or your stomach or your heart or
right.
your
We
lungs
understand
or your
that
skin.
you've heard of livers and stomachs. What specifically would you, if you found something, what would you be identifying about it and go, oh, this is an organ?
No, I mean, I just know them in terms of their function are, right? So, like, certain organs do specific things for the body.
I understand. You know that a heart is an organ and does something, so you've got like half of the definition. It's a structure, more than just a collection. It is a tissue structure that carries out a specific job.
Okay, I was close. I didn't say the structure, right? So,
no, you weren't close. You just know a heart is an organ, and so you were like,
but
it's
I
a
said
thing
it
in your
out a
body that
job.
does something. That was like a 5-year-old explanation.
I mean, I don't know the exact definitions. I just know what they are,
What does the
and I can try to describe
do?
them based on words. I don't know. Duodenum. I don't know.
What does the
Jimmy,
gallbladder
do? But I'm trying to understand the point.
What's a gallbladder do?
The gallbladder, I do know because I had a cousin that just got his gallbladder removed, but I forgot what he told me it does.
He probably got his gallbladder removed either for stones or biliary dyskinesia. Great. What are the stones made of?
Calcium? I don't know.
So you are just attempting to try and guess. By the way, it would be bilirubin. There is, if it makes you feel any better, there's calcium salt in those stones. However, they are mostly made of cholesterol and bilirubin crystals. What is bilirubin?
Cholesterol, yeah. I don't know what bilirubin is. I know what cholesterol is.
It's one of the most important things in your body.
Yeah, I'm not a biologist.
This is
so
the point. You aren't a biologist,
here.
and you're in here making definitive points about biology. And I think the useful part of this exercise was to point to you speak with a level of undeserved confidences about what the facts of biology are. And I went to school over 10 years ago now. Biology courses were an important part of my schooling. Again, I don't like to quote my schooling as anything important because I'm so separated from the usefulness of it, but you don't know a lot of the basic shit. The fact that you know more about trans shit because you have an obsession with trans people, but you don't know what bilirubin is when it is one of the most important fluids in your body.
I have an obsession with precision of language, not trans people.
Yeah. No, you have an obsession with trans people. What is your point?
So you're saying that
we actually got a copy. We actually got a copy of your internet history. It's definitely an obsession with trans people.
I don't know. I debate with conservatives all the time, for example, about the 14th Amendment, that the SCOTUS decision. I debate with anybody just because I disagree. Do you debate with them on
behalf of trans people at all? Like pointing out that this is the thing that you spend so much time reading and talking about, despite the fact that it doesn't affect you and it affects very few people, but you guys have formed an entire political identity by which you will forget about every other marginalized group to just hope that you can stop the day that you keep accidentally being attracted to people who might have been born with a weenie?
Jimmy, we're debating a definition here, and I want to understand your point of view. Okay, so you're telling me that you're basically saying that sex is very ambiguous.
Debating, but you're trying to understand. You're not trying to understand. You're here to advocate for a total shutdown of any other discussion or definition. You are only advocating for one side, as though you should be the one representing it. As though you have the expertise or information, as though the studies you're claiming exist or the information you have is better than the studies we've consumed and happen to align with the consensus from the relevant sciences. I do not care if you want to change definitions of from what the consensus is, from what the consensus is, from the relevant science.
I disagree with the consensus.
I know, and you don't get to. You literally can, but you don't get to in a way that I'm going to take seriously. You don't have a right to be taken seriously by me because you do not deserve to be taken seriously. You don't know what bilirubin is.
Jimmy, you're making an argument from authority, right? You're saying that because it's academia.
Incorrect.
Please listen to me.
No, define what an argument from authority is.
That you're saying that because this person that has expertise in a certain field, his word has more weight.
Incorrect.
Okay, what is an argument from authority?
Argument from authority. No. You said you're saying. I have not stated a single individual. I have stated consensus of a science that has a robust body of evidence and information. And it is not a fallacy to quote that evidence and information is going to be correct next to a person who is coming to make a vibes argument as shown he doesn't have the expertise to argue with it. If you can demonstrate that you have the expertise, even if it was not formally obtained, like by a university or college, that would be different. But that is not what an argument from authority is. In the future, before claiming a fallacy was committed, learn what the fallacies are. May the universe have mercy on your dumb soul. Goodbye.
Jimmy.
No, I don't care. I don't care. Literally, people who are uneducated, when you point out that they are uneducated and making an argument from their ignorant position without relevant education that makes them uncompelling to listen to, that they do not understand the basics of the fields of study that they are sitting there trying to quote and claim are their own, those are the people who will sit there and then claim that is committing a fallacy to say scientists in the relevant field and the experiments and their consensus and their studies and the consensus that comes from their studies are superior to homie doesn't know what Billy Rubin is. Homie doesn't know what an organ is. Homie doesn't know. Homie literally only could get the questions correct if it was one of those things that you could kind of guess the correct answer. Right? That is so embarrassing to sit there with your whole chest and just pretend that you know what the fuck you are talking about when you have a low. We could have gotten into more. We could have gotten into embryology, see if he knows about fetal stages. We could have gotten into the actual direct relevant embryology about where some of the theories of certain trans identities may come from, that there may be individuals suffering from PCOS, that there's they're studying whether or not there are higher occurrences of people with a trans identity whose parents have PCOS and may experience a higher than normal amount of testosterone being flooded in the system during their development. Basically defining what Dunning-Kruger is. This is essentially what we just said. You're doing Dunning-Kruger, and here is why. Here's what you are, and here's how serious you think you should be, and here are the people we should take that serious. That's an argument from authority. Jesus Christ. It's like if Dunning-Kruger, if I wanted to write Dunning-Kruger as a character who was so Dunning-Kruger, my editor would be like, you got to get a different character. This Dunning guy is too on the nose. Too dumb. All right, bye everybody.